follow us on our IG. Again, that's subscribe to our YouTube, like and follow us on Facebook, and follow us on IG. Y'all be safe out there.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Injured at work? Injured while working at home? Pearson Coucher Law. 215-627-0700 or hit them up online at mywclawyer.com. Pearson Coucher Law. Workers' comp. That's all we do.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Hey guys, Jacqueline Tucker here. Anytime I'm in the mood for some R&B, I'm listening to my CMP Radio app. Make sure you go and download it.
CMPRadio.net.
He said it's better later. Now that's talking to somebody that was never patient. I never waited, and now I'm so fly that I'm levitating. My nigga, I'm so hot, I mean I'm meditating. I'm heavy faded on every flavor, so my mental state is on mental patient. I need some motherfucking medication. Fuck the phony love, I'ma make them niggas hate. 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 All my niggas told me red. I'm keeping real niggas wait. Make the pussy niggas hate us. I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate. Yeah, you ain't.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. The sky, just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears.
Like, you gonna turn on the microphones? Gonna turn down the music? Listen.
Every time he on this side, he always gotta be a dictator.
Why I gotta be a dictator? It's not a good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling out there, man? Listen, man. CMPRadio.net is the station. When can my next stimulus check arrive? March 12th. March 22nd. That's crazy.
The Democrats is asking for them to give more money for the kids. Just don't tell my kids, because they think they're entitled.
They think they're entitled to everything you get. But anyway, good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling out there? Let's give a shout out to our sponsors: Northern Marketing and Design, LeBron Construction, Pressure Inc., Abstract Kings, Pearson and Coucher Law, CASA Youth Advocates and the Boys and Girls Club of Chester, Pennsylvania. They are our sponsors. So they're family, your family, we're family. Let's support our family, man. Listen, it's February 10th. 2021, right? February is almost over. 18 more days in February. Let's make them 18 great days. So let's continue to motivate and stimulate everybody out here, right? Yeah, motivating and stimulating.
Yes. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Share this live one time for the one time. Like and follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Like and follow us on Instagram. It's just a like. It's very
Hit
small.
the button for us and tell your friends to hit the button.
Tell your family to hit the button. If you have a family of 10, I need 10 people liking the page real quick. Bang, bang, bang. Just like the page. You like. There's tons of other pages that you like. Why can't you like this one? Ain't no hate. Damn.
You should.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Hi.
Yesterday was my twin's birthday.
Right. I seen Sweetie. She was all dialed up. Had her little tutu on. I said, okay, all right.
They turned 14. Shout out to the Red Brick Cafe, man. Let me tell you something. Miss Pam.
Right.
She been doing this for a long time. I admire the hell out of Miss Pam.
Right.
I do. She says what she means and she means what she says.
She definitely does that.
And baby, that meal she put together for us last night.
It was amazing.
Oh man, my mother-in-law kept saying, how she put it. Well, what else is coming out? It's
Right.
just so much food.
Oh, y'all ate at the Red Brick.
I had the whole event at Red Brick. Shout out to Nikki, the decorator. Like shout out.
Oh, you
to
had a
them.
birthday party and I didn't get an invite?
I had a dinner. It was not a birthday party.
It was
And
a dinner.
I understand I had 4 days to put it together.
And I didn't get an invite.
You don't need an invite. And I'm
How
pretty
did
sure
I?
took-
So how did I know this was happening? Tell me
Probably
when you
because
told
I
me.
mentioned it here.
Definitely didn't mention it.
I'm sorry if I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't mention it.
It wasn't for me though. It was for them. So, and it was them and their little crew, and they had a great time. Miss Pam is definitely one of those women in the community that you constantly got to look up to because she didn't stop her grind. If
Right.
you want to talk about entrepreneurship, she started from the kitchen, and right now what she doing, she amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Really
She
Shout
is.
out to her. They got a gym down at the Red Brick.
Get the fuck up. I mean, yeah. Seriously?
They got a gym. Hold on. No, I'm serious. They really got a gym down there. It's on the side of the Red Brick Cafe.
It's outside?
No, it's inside.
Okay.
It's inside of the Red Brick Cafe.
So unlike the
I'm mad
station
'cause I got
today,
the wrong phone.
it's warm in there. It'll be some heat up in that
Yeah,
joint.
it's warm in there.
Right.
Shout out to them. They have their gym is completely set up with equipment. They have yoga classes. They have independent working stations. Shout out to Pop for getting in there and getting it together. They had a class in there last night that was just ended. It's very clean. I walked in on him cleaning the equipment. And all I'm saying is, we don't gotta go far. It's $5 a day, $15 a week if you choose to go. And I understand big chains are offering you way more, but they're not giving you that personal one-on-one
Right.
situation. But shout out to them, like they doing.
Pop
things
giving a
now.
personal one-on-one situation?
He helping you train and all kinds of stuff. Like
I want somebody that can help me
train.
train, right? I tried it with Akeem Taylor, right? Shout out to his brand and everything that he
Fitness.
Elite Fitness, but he tore my
He tore it.
my meniscus.
He tore it.
He had me running. I said I don't run, bro. I only run from the police. At that point in my life, I only run from the police. I'm not running the workout. He had me running. Like, it's videos down there with the videos and everything.
Oh man.
And I tore my meniscus, man. My knee was jacked up, and I had to have a surgery. And I put the surgery off for damn near 2 years, right? And I'm like, I can't do this no more. Up and down these steps and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So, man, yeah.
Shout out to listen. When I walked inside the gym, they kept saying it's a gym downstairs, so you can eat at the Red Brick and go and work it off downstairs, right?
Bro.
So when I walked down there, I'm like, you gotta walk down the ramp. That's the first part of the exercise to me, because I was trying not to fall down the ramp, and then to come back up. Ooh,
He definitely should have got a cop to chase me. I would have ran all around the A field. As long as he got his taser on me.
I
ain't trying to
signed
get
up for King
tased
one
again.
time. Hey Tori, oh y'all stay here.
Right.
with us.
The second hour, we will have
We are playing Tori's.
new release.
Oh man,
It's the first place it's being heard,
I
right?
just listened to that joint. I was there. They kept saying, "What's wrong now?"
Like she was
Shout out to Tori.
soaking in her thoughts, man.
Tori. That's my boo.
So at 11 o'clock, we'll be airing your song, Tori, 11 o'clock sharp. You feel me? Our engineer Leslie is in the back room. Say what's up to Leslie, right? Can I get some hand claps for Leslie? Right. Thank you, Leslie. Appreciate it.
She gave herself like
A short joint, and that's it. All right.
go to the gym. Who?
Go
Maisha?
I'm not going to the
I'll
gym
go-
with you.
Excuse me when I say this, and I'm gonna say this as respectful as I can. I don't go to the gym with skinny bitches. Your goal and mine is not the same.
Her goal is to get a husband. Your goal is to actually lose weight.
Lose the weight.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, yo, I would really like to take my jacket off, but I'm so cold.
It's cold in here. Now listen, so yesterday,
You're always doing something.
I tried, not mic check, open mics, Cafe La, they have a show and they always complain about the heat.
He's going through menopause, though.
I'm not. He's going through menopause?
Yeah.
Right. So, they always complain about the heat. So I turned the heat off and I forgot to turn it back on before I left last night. And I came in this joint. It's only 57 degrees. It ain't that cold. I got a sweatshirt on. I was freezing. So I wouldn't
That
have been
means
able
it's that cold. You don't even wear a jacket outside half the time.
I don't. I definitely don't.
But shout out to everybody that's doing their thing, like in the city. I just wrote a stat last night and said I want friends in business, not friends in my business.
And that's hard.
And that's very hard.
That's absolutely hard. Because
Like I don't never want to feel like I'm competing with somebody I'm rooting for. Like, or somebody is competing for me and I'm rooting for them.
well, why can't you compete and root at the same time?
I don't want to compete with you though. I just want us to be like, I don't care where we are on the playing field.
Right. She good. Her mic is cutting in and out. I hear it in my ear.
I can hear myself going in and out.
We can't hear you. I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, all right. It's not showing any levels in there? Is it mic 4? Mic 4 is up? Okay. All right.
I don't know. They have an engineer talking.
Right.
That
That's
has nothing to do with me.
Can you hear Nafati on the live?
I think they can hear me.
I think I
from
can.
you,
I can hear you.
I can feel myself. I can hear myself going in and out.
Right.
Yeah, but the shout out. I never want to feel like me and somebody I'm rooting for is in competition. Me and my friends have a meeting at least once a week about our businesses. We've been doing it for a month now.
And that's where it starts.
And that's where it gotta be there, Maisha. But you know what's so crazy is that when people think just because you're doing kind of sort of the same thing, they can't discuss business with you. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like I never want somebody to think that I can't help them or they can't help me. So my son called me yesterday. Shout out to Bubba. He called me yesterday. He said, "Listen, either we're gonna be happy for him or we're gonna walk away from him and wash our hands completely." Now he's one of the nerds.
Right.
The nerds out of owners. I'm gonna say I told them they owners. They get royalty checks at the end of the year.
At the end of the year.
Yeah,
Right.
They ain't getting them every month, but they get royalty checks at the end of the year, and that's something that I've implemented into our business plan to make sure that it's prosperous for us all, as well as they still get their paychecks. But they haven't gotten their paychecks yet, but they're getting them, and it's like super crazy because when he said it to me, I'm like, damn, what made you say that? He said, I'm just saying. He said, because we all trying to eat, right?
Right.
We just eating off of different plates. That's why a set comes of 4. And I'm like, you're right. He said, so we all trying to eat. Why do we have to make it seem like I'm doing better than she is? However you're doing, as long as we're all doing well.
Right.
So I shout out to him for his words of inspiration. Called me yesterday. And, I was very, very, very appreciative of everything that he had to say. So I want friends in business. I want more of my friends to have business, and my friends are now my family. So that's what I want. Hey, Jabri, good morning. And that's what I want. Like whatever it is that you're doing that I can share with somebody, I absolutely want to share with them. People call me all the time, like, hey, you know somebody who could do this, or you know somebody who could do that. I definitely know at least 5 people who can do something you're calling about.
Right.
From decorations to cooking to DJing to pictures to all kinds of stuff. I know a pretty good amount of people, and that's it. So.
Business is hard. To be an entrepreneur in this day and age is extremely hard, right? You have the wants and desires of your children. You have the wants and desires of your partner. Is your partner fully invested in your situation, right, to push your dream along? Because you need that help.
Yeah.
when you fall through business, you need someone to lean up against and be like, yo, it's going to be okay, man. Just go back out there. Get back out there. You don't need people bitching and whining and crying every time. Oh, are you doing that again? Are you spending some more money on you? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Right. But you got to do it. Right. And if you don't have a partner, then you have to be your own partner.
Yeah.
Continue to motivate yourself or find friends that are motivating.
Or don't be afraid. You don't even have to find friends. Don't be afraid to step outside the comfort zone of who you know. Find somebody you don't know. They are the greatest supporters. When I say I got more customers from people that I don't know, and it's social media. Use social media for what it's worth. To be social and allow them to give the media to the people, meaning giving your business proposals and things like that to the people who need to see it and hear it. You'll be surprised who's on social media, who actually contacts you trying to get, do business with you and things like that, but they don't because of something they've heard, but then they see your business aspects on social media.
Absolutely.
Like, don't be afraid to get to know somebody or be there for somebody that you don't know. Like that, listen, man, I am beyond blessed, for real. And I can honestly say that 2020 was very, very, very hard for me. 2020 came in a little sluggish, but it's getting knocked out the box slowly but surely. I owe my kids so much. So much because I said, listen, y'all just gotta give me some time, and they gave it to me respectfully, not because I demanded it, but because they know I needed it.
They know you needed it. They could look at you and tell you needed it.
Yeah, so right. I gave everything that I'm giving them. They didn't get a trip last year. They didn't get celebrations of life last year. They didn't even get too much mommy time. I said, God damn, I was a deadbeat in 2020. Like I'm like, nigga, go wash your own clothes to my son.
I mean, you to know that you were dealing with what you were dealing with, and your children to acknowledge and be like, nah, mommy needs some time, right? Mommy need to get back to her. And you got to go through that, right? Dealing with grief and not understanding, that's a tragedy in itself. And then to lose the man that you lost in your life, right, is absolutely hard. So I commend you for being here and still being able to fight, because a lot of people, they get lost.
Who said I was fighting? Fighting for what?
Fighting for your family, fighting for yourself. Like, what you mean? And you fighting for this city too. Fuck is wrong with you? Always trying to talk about she ain't fighting shit. God damn. Anyway, CMPRadio.net, man. Listen, Nav sent me. Okay, so everybody that don't know about the streaker at the Super Bowl. The streaker at the Super Bowl. And how his plan to make money actually fucking worked.
That was amazing.
I wish I had the tickets and could have did that. It's going to be a streaker. You can bet on so many things now on FanBook.
That is crazy.
He bet that there will be a streaker
at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl.
People was betting him like crazy. So he bet $50,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
He bet $50,000.
What you stop for? Reading. What you reading?
He bet $50,000 that there would be a streaker at the Super Bowl. So, yes, he bet on himself. Well, he didn't honestly bet on himself. He just put the plan into motion. He bet that there was going to be a streaker at the Super Bowl.
Right.
And then said, I'm going to be the streaker, because all of these people started betting him. It's impossible to get to the field.
No, he bet on himself. He bet on himself.
He did. It was a great plan, though. He's just saying, hey, let's bet there's going to be a streaker at the Super Bowl. But he needed another person to implement the plan. He got his friend to run on the field first. He got stopped. So now he got blocked. So here he come. He bet $50,000. He came off $374,000.
$374,000. How much he paid for bail? $1,000?
$1,000 to get out.
$1,000.
$1,000 for running on the field. So he got $353,000.
So it said
after the bet. Once he cashed out, he got $353,000.
He bet 50K on a prop bet at plus 750 that there would be a streaker at the Super Bowl. His buddy went out first as a diversion, so he didn't get caught as quickly as his friend. Cost him $1,000 to get out of jail, so he cleared $374,000.
Wow, I was off by 20.
$374,000 for that situation. So
I ran out that joint too.
You can bet on this. So I'm damn sure going to say it's going to be a streaker. It's going to be some type of diversion or casualty going on at any game I get to.
Are y'all following the Robinhood app?
I read something yesterday about a young man that committed suicide back.
I was ready to say that. Because the Robinhood app is an investment app, and it's allowing people to invest in businesses they wouldn't normally be allowed to invest in. Like GameStop. GameStop stock had dropped, and this is something more that's very important that we should talk about in our community too, is investment. So GameStop stock had dropped. That's a tongue twister right there.
GameStop's stock had dropped.
And yes, I know that's right, cousin. So GameStop stock had dropped, and it dropped drastically. Where you were able to buy it for like $3 a share.
$3 a share.
So at $3 a share, because a lot of GameStops are closing, they're shutting down, but they're going online, which is the better way. A lot of stores are closing, and it's so crazy.
We gonna be fat people that just sit with computers in our hand
every
ordering
day.
shit. Like I'm still going to the mall, even
They
if it's
still
closed.
even if it's closed.
Even if it's closed, I'm gonna ride out there and walk around the fucking mall like the old white people
Well,
do.
no, they're opening up like how Granite Run is now. What is
Outside.
it? Yes, they're
Right.
opening up more of those because it allows the germs to be going faster.
Outside air.
Yes, recycled.
Remember when they put us on quarantine for 2 weeks and thought that the coronavirus was gonna go away? Then they found out that the dogs had it and the lions had it. It's an infection. Everybody gets it.
No, I don't know about what it is, but so the stocks they give you information on the stocks. So if you're not following Forbes, Forbes has an email list and they send you information every morning. So on Forbes they talked about the young man who committed suicide. He invested all his money and then found out he was in a negative what
$730,000.
So he committed suicide because he couldn't believe it. But wasn't that like wrong? He was actually up. They juked the numbers and he was actually up because they was making it seem like everything was so cheap and going out of business.
So what happened was he was in the Robinhood app experimental thing that they had on the app, and I read this last night, but his name is Alex Kearns, and he died thinking he owed hundreds of thousands for stock market losses in Robinhood. His parents are suing over his suicide. So Robinhood has apologized. This happened last year. They apologized when it happened, and they have made steps to switch it up, but steps too late because he was calling Robinhood. He was trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
And just like Facebook, it's nobody
Right.
to answer. And Cash App, it's nobody to answer. But like I don't think that should be okay for them to just sue, because I didn't tell you to invest. I just told you that this is going to be. You don't have to follow my words. Like I think it's so unfair that we get to sue for things that I can't. The gamers, they so into the game that they started to think it was reality, and they sue those people for that. I don't tell you to sit down and play these games for 15 hours at a time and then start to live it in your real life.
Well, this is America. You could sue anybody for anything.
I see.
Like you could become rich over any fucking thing. Like somebody stepped on your toe, you could sue them. You trip outside somebody's store, you could sue them. Like lawyers and that whole judicial system here in America is different than any other place in the world. America is actually the land of get rich.
Yes, it is.
It's the land to get rich. So if you run into an opportunity where you can slip in the mall or you can fall, man, sue the market, man. Don't bullshit with them. They got money for you.
That's crazy. But
They gonna lose.
Shout out to. I don't think that it's fair that his family got the suit because he made an investment that went wrong. That's the risk that you take. An investment is a risk. You're not going to get 100% turnaround. You're not going to see it within 24 hours. None of that. You can put Gorilla Glue on your hair and get rich. Yeah. You can put Gorilla Glue on your hair and get rich.
We got a young lady that did that.
The lady sued McDonald's for hot coffee.
Right.
Like that's so crazy. Like how can you ask for hot coffee? So I go to McDonald's line. If you never had their French vanilla iced coffee, it's amazing, right? So I asked them, I want the French vanilla iced coffee, blah blah blah. This is how I want to make it. They say, oh, you gotta put the creamer and stuff in there yourself because we got in trouble because we put too much sugar in it. Well, if I ask for extra sugar, that means that I want more than 2, sometimes more than 4. But the lady came in, rant and raved. She eating there for free for like a year. So I don't know. But I don't think that is fair. They got a whole GoFundMe for that girl. They got a whole GoFundMe. She asked for $1,500. She up to $15,000 and more. It's still rising. She's suing Gorilla Glue. She's suing the hospital for putting acetone on her head and burning off her scalp.
About to start a GoFundMe for the station.
She's suing all of these people for the idiotic choice that she made. How long she said her hair was in? A month? Her hair was in for a whole month. It still looked the same. Girl, you knew you was coming out without no hair. Like, that don't even make sense. You started a GoFundMe for $1,500. Never mentioned that you actually picked up the spray can on purpose. She's winning for being dumb. You are absolutely right. She is winning for being dumb.
She can't actually sue Gorilla Glue.
She's suing Gorilla Glue.
But my
for
thing is
the side effects that it caused.
what
on
side
her skin
effects did
and
it
hair.
cause? It is fucking
Well,
glue.
it actually did what it was supposed to do. It
Right.
kept her hair intact.
$17,000.
She ain't
$17,000.
got no microphone back there.
No.
Oh.
She don't like to hook up her microphone. But $17,000 is what the girl's GoFundMe is up to.
In my juice, I hope everybody keep the same energy. I need some free money. You know what, Mike? Don't you do that. Don't you do that. And running around here. No, go ahead. Spray yourself with Lysol since Trump said
Lysol.
And then say, well, Trump told us to do it.
I'm going to drink some bleach
Yeah.
and say Trump said to do it.
Trump said do it. That go your free money right there.
I can't do it now because I said I was going to do
The
it.
ex-president of the United States said,
Because that's what the white people saying that raided the Capitol building. They saying Trump told me to do
Trump
it.
told us to do it. So did you see where they're not really saying, they're not really adding lists and witnesses to the impeachment for Trump for the second round? Like, they kind of sort of just wanted to go away. And just,
I wouldn't have impeached him. Like, ain't nobody, because he could still run again. Like, you're not stopping him from doing anything. What you're doing is you're adding fuel to the fire. So just stop talking about it. But, you know.
Drew, I said that. Her defense is it say not for skin and eye contact, not hair, and that is the truth.
What is your skin attached to?
Gorilla Glue sent out a memo stating, but it states on our bottle, please do not, if it comes in contact with your eye, your skin, and all this other stuff, it never mentions hair. So technically, she didn't put it directly on her skin. She put it on the top because she had the same ponytail that I'm wearing right now. So she put it on the top of her hair to keep it slicked down because she needed it to last longer. It ended up lasting for 30 days.
I'm not putting Gorilla Glue on my head.
I'm not putting Gorilla Glue on anything outside of wood. Like,
wood and
that's it.
It says it right there. It's Gorilla Glue. It's gonna fuck you up.
But she's gonna win the lawsuit.
No, she's not.
Oh, I bet she's
not.
They're gonna pay her to just go away.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're gonna fight her ass. They're gonna fight her ass.
No, they're not gonna fight her.
They are.
Read
Think of how many people have
They
glued
sent
their
the
fingers
memo.
together with
and
fucking
it says
super
skin.
glue.
It says skin.
But
So they don't win.
So your hair and nails
put
and
it-
all that shit is a part of your skin. It grows from your
She
skin.
didn't put it on her skin. She put it like she slicked it like right here to make her hair stay down. She never touched her scalp. Bro. So technically, she's gonna win this lawsuit. We gonna follow it.
No, she's not. We gonna follow it.
And she's gonna win. They're gonna pay her.
They gonna fight that. They because it's many.
They're not gonna fight it because number one,
you're gonna open up the door for a lot of lawsuits. People just gonna start putting shit in their hair.
No, they're gonna change their guidelines to their directions on the back and their
so they have to fight it.
They're gonna change. Nah, she was the first person to sue them. She's the first person.
She's the first person to ever put that shit in her head.
Right, and because it doesn't say don't put it, do not.
Common sense
hair.
tells you not to. Do they
Common
sell?
sense
Oh,
does not hear.
stop. Do they sell Gorilla Glue in the hair store?
Yes,
They do the fuck not.
they do sell.
They don't sell no Gorilla
They
Glue
sell Gorilla Glue right over town in the store.
at the hair store.
In the store, in the hair store.
All right, we're gonna go past there
Let's
today.
go.
If they sell it in the hair store, then she won.
She wins.
If you can find Gorilla Glue in the hair store, she won.
And in any store that sells hair, she wins.
She won. Not any store that sells hair, because any
How you gonna say that? It's all.
it has to be a hair store. It
it's
can't be
all
any store
in
that
the
sells
same
hair.
Category.
It's not.
Man, listen. The store over town sell hair, glue. What else they sell? Socks, sneakers.
No, it's not a hair store.
It's a hair store. What is Saving Plus? A hair store, bro. They sell everything in that joint.
Which one? The one by
The
the
red store by the pizzeria,
by
the
the
one around
pizzeria.
the corner. They sell everything in that joint. I'm
if they
telling
settle,
you.
it's gonna be for a stack.
Nah, when they settle, they gonna give her a couple mil.
Nah, they ain't gonna give her no couple mil for that.
They got Gorilla products in the stores. I'm telling you. Not the spray. I didn't even know it was a Gorilla spray until P said it this morning.
Right, they got a whole spray.
My whole thing is she getting paid.
Snot. What's snot? Gorilla
It's
snot?
glue. Listen, she getting paid. I'm telling you.
So because they
at some hair stores today.
now I feel like I gotta go look. Right,
Go
shit.
look.
Everybody go get some snot. Everybody go
telling
get some Gorilla snot and put it in your hair and line up with her. Class action lawsuit.
Top 4 all-time Chester Mount Rushmore. Top 4, Benny Wright. You know I'm already say my dad. Willie Mae Lee, gotta put a female up there. And
So when you're talking about top 4, are you talking about every category?
I would have to go with every category because I see a lot of people. Shout out to Kev for the stat for the Mount Rushmore of Chester. Shout out to him for actually asking that question. And I see a lot of people saying stuff that I would never say. I'm sorry, no harm or disrespect, but I would never put Jameer Nelson on Mount Rushmore.
Why not?
I just wouldn't.
Why not?
I don't think that he's done enough in our city for me to do that. I would actually go with Rondé if I had to choose between sports or Reek, and because I watched both of them come back here and actually give the city inside of the city, Chester here, not Upland, not or any surrounding areas. I watched them give it here.
Again, I'm new to all of this. Like I didn't give a rat's ass
Right.
4 years ago, so forgive me for not knowing. But
And George Carter.
all time, I mean, you definitely gotta give George Carter one. He gotta be on the list, right? So that's one. Then we go a female. We get Willie Mae Lee.
Yes.
We do Calvin Williams, right? Because of everything that he gave to the city, right? And everything that
Don't
he
say
gave to
that 'cause I'm
everybody.
sitting right here.
I'm not saying that because you're saying it right here. I could say that without you sitting right here. I watched that man give his heart and soul to this city, right? So, and then the fourth person, I don't know who that fourth person would be.
I picked Benny Wright, my pop, Willie Mae Lee, and George Carter. That's 4 people that I'm gonna pick.
You said Benny Wright, right?
Yeah, Benny Wright, track star, track coach. He definitely.
That's what I said. So
he took us places like.
So you could do sports, you could do political, you could do the community, you could do finance. It's so many different. It's too many. It's too
There is
many.
a lot behind the scenes, but none of them, in my opinion.
You talk about the Rushmore,
I didn't think that he deserved to be.
The Mount Rushmore is just for presidents. That don't include everybody in the United States. You understand what I'm saying? Like
But he said the Mount Rushmore.
But that's just for presidents. So it's the Mount Rushmore of the United States is just for presidents. It's other situations. So you have to break it down into categories because there's too many people. You can't just pick 4 people. There's no way you'll be able to pick 4 people.
Bell not from Chester though.
Coach Bell's doing great things,
He really
right?
is.
And sometimes it's the person that ain't from Chester that can come in and give you a boost and have you caring about your city again. Why does he love the city so much? Maybe I should love it too, right?
Yeah, he got love for our kids that
He definitely.
a lot of people don't have. But shout out to Kev for like putting that out there. If I picked my 4, I definitely did. Dakeem had a great list on there too.
Yeah, he definitely had a great list.
His list was
So
awesome.
Avery Sunshine.
Yeah, he had a great list. Shout out to Sonny Bryson for saying Kev and P should be put on there, and I agree with that. If we ever get to that point,
That's
y'all show Chester in a different light. You gotta understand the media come in here and tear us down. I was riding down the street yesterday, and I'm like, why the hell is the news just sitting in this parking lot over here, and they up and running like they just sitting here waiting for the calls to come in? Like, is this the time of the year where we get crazy? All the time, it is. It's the truth.
Well, they had a very rough day in Philly yesterday. They had seven homicides. They have 61 homicides so far
In Philly
so far this year, which is crazy. So I don't know what we can say to these young men that are out here doing these things. Why they're doing these things?
Don't they care about tomorrow?
They don't.
Let's start with that.
And so I had a Zoom call yesterday with a group of people. And there was so much I wanted to say, and then I'm like, nah, I can't say that. Nah, I can't say that. And I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of saying I can't say.
I was going to ask you, why can't you say it?
And the reason why I feel like I can't say it is I was only, me and Jason, there was only 2 black people on the list, on the call.
Okay.
And I just felt like I would sound like that angry black man that's saying all the things that need to happen. But I feel like I need to say that more to my people than I do to them.
But they need to understand us too. Despite the fact that we need understanding of what we're going through or what we shouldn't be going through or however you want to word it,
How can
they
you
still need to know. Like, all of us aren't the same, And this is what we need.
Right. So how can you get people to see you if you don't see you? You understand what I'm saying? Like how can I get the people of this community to understand that putting the guns down and talking it out peacefully, maybe a boxing match or maybe whatever. If you're that mad, then fight this bull, but don't kill him. Like we're losing soldiers every day, and it's a reason behind that.
Right.
And we can't keep it going on. You're mad because your mom didn't hug you, your aunt didn't hug you, didn't have breakfast.
Always going to hug.
Because it's love, bro. It's love at the end of the day. If you have ever, I experienced love from my grandma, man, to the point where I love every fucking body. I don't hate anybody. And I damn sure ain't fighting you unless you violate my children or my mother or my sister. You understand what I'm saying? Outside of that, like, nigga, you got it. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like, you owe me some money. Back in the day, motherfucker, man, half of it, this whole fucking city owe me money.
We talked about sensitivity.
Right.
Like everybody has become so sensitive to words that this is why shootings are really at an all-time high and then now you got social media, so now everybody get to see what they said to you in a disrespectful manner. So like it's like I don't even know, like, if you don't say it to the people who need to hear it outside of us, then who's going to say it to the people who need to hear it outside of us? We don't get to express ourselves to the judge once we're in the courtroom. Somebody else either has to speak for you, and then when they ask you, do you understand, and you say no, they tell you step to the side. They don't even try to.
Your lawyer make the time to relate. And listen, I said what I had to say. I just felt it was more, and it would have just kept going, right? So I had an email back with the young lady, and we're gonna have continual conversations where she said, I appreciate what you're doing in the city. I appreciate the standpoint that you're coming from, because I truly believe for us to change, the ones that have done the dirt have to change. The ones that continue to profit off the dirt have to give. There's absolutely no way we're going to have anything if you continue to feel like they're judging me. So like I said, I come up here on CMP and I talk about, yeah, I was a drug dealer. Yeah, I played the streets. Yeah, I ran the streets. Yeah, I did some things that I'm definitely not proud of, not proud to do, not proud to say I did, but I have no other choice but to say I did it for the next person that might hear me and be like, yo, damn, all right. Yo, P did it. I can do it.
Meaning I got out.
Right. I got completely out of this joint. You don't know how many nights I sat here and say, man, I'm about to go back. Right. Because it's hard. It's hard to actually push something that people don't see value in. And I be telling people every day, man, just go like the page. I got a phone call from Buck today. He said, bro, I appreciate you, man. All the positivity. Like right now, you got me going, and I'm going through some hard things. And I sat there with him and I talked to him. And I tell him, man, listen, your life breaks down like this. The more positivity you have in your life, the more things that you can accomplish. The more negativity you have in your life, the more things you can't accomplish. Man, I ain't got time for that.
Leslie.
I ain't got time for that shit. But this is where we are as a whole, right? This whole community. And it's not just Chester, it's Philly, it's Wilmington, it's Upper Darby, it's Yadin, it's New Jersey, it's over there. Wherever black people come together, wherever there's a population of black people, man, we gonna have high crime. We're gonna have high shooting, and we got to come together, bro. We can't continue to do it like this.
I don't think. See, we gotta realize that that's not the way though. Like, we can't be seen like that. Wherever there's a lot of an abundance of black people, there's going to be a high crime area and high shooting. How about we have a good community without all of that? Like, we got a lot of good people here in the city.
We got a ton of good people, but guess what? All the good people feel like, oh, I ain't getting involved with that.
Because they want to live. But you know what's so crazy is some of these kids come from them good homes. So, you want to go? Since we was talking about Andy's parenting the other day.
Let's go.
So some of these kids come from those good homes. Some of these kids, these shooters out here, listen, it's not a lot of, hey, Mr. Spangler.
What's up, Coach?
It's not a lot of the ones that we think came from moms who weren't educated, moms who were just I don't care moms. Some of them come from good family homes and chose these streets.
Why did they choose the streets?
I have no idea.
So I'm gonna sit here and tell you why.
Go
right?
ahead.
So I come from a good parent home. I come from a mom and dad. My dad died when I was 12 years old.
Well,
right?
We all come from a mom and dad.
Right. I'm saying, but mom and dad together. Mom and dad married. Mom and dad moving as one unit.
Excuse me. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Mr. George, that is not true. That I can't agree with that.
So to understand where you're going, you have to know where you've been.
Right.
I say this all the time, right? So I heard my father tell me about moderation. Did I block him out? Yeah, I wasn't trying to hear that shit. I was trying to go outside. And he was looking out the window. He was telling me, yo, they going to jail. You go outside with them, you going with them. I'm like, damn. Well, he died. I'm 12. I'm outside. I didn't know what I was doing when I went outside, but I went outside. Then I moved to the west side, and then I end up selling drugs, and I end up hanging out with my homies, and I end up bullshitting and drinking. It was fun. It was absolutely fun. It was like, I don't know what the hell was going on with me, but it was fun. And I did that from 16 to 28. And then I went to jail. I went upstate, and then I came home, and I said, I ain't doing that again.
Okay.
Right? My hand got smacked, and I said, I'm not going to fuck back upstate. That ain't about to happen. I got to switch my life up. Now, we go from 28 to 38. Those 10 years, I worked. I grinded. I found jobs. I delivered pizzas. I did all types of shit to keep myself away from the outside, right? But there are a lot of people that don't have that foundation. Their parents didn't put in the moderation and the responsibility and the love and for your people as my parents did.
So when I said, you say it starts at home.
It does. It has to.
How did that start at home though? Your dad told you don't go outside. Your dad actually told you why things weren't.
And the fun outside attracted me outside. It's fun.
Yeah, but so guess what your decision was?
To run outside.
To be outside and be
Right.
in the midst of what you consider fun until you got that smack on the
Absolutely.
head. But your dad tried to prevent that. So my whole thing is,
Without my dad teaching me about moderation and things like that, I would still be a drug dealer.
already outside. No, I don't think so.
Shit. This station wouldn't have been here. If my father wasn't the man he was in my life, you feel me? And I didn't run in, and I ran into Kenny's pop, right?
yeah.
And I talked to him when I remember going to the academy, and I sat on the bus with him, eating my lunch, and he would tell me all the time, and he'd say, man, you too bright for this. What are you doing? Right? Your father, the conversations I had with him, right? In BNCs, and him telling me to stay on you and stay on me, and don't let this die. Don't let this go. This is a movement in this city, and the city needs this. Don't let this go. Don't play with me. I said, I won't. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna pray for you. We're gonna pray right now. To have men like that, and I witness these men, and I see these men fight and struggle for this city, for the people in this city, I can't back off. I can't fall back. And I have to sit here and say, without those men, we wouldn't be where we are today. We would be way further behind. So because of those men, I have to say that the fathers in this community have to step up and talk to their kids. That's a main reason why a lot of these boys are doing the things, because they don't have a father that's there, because mom is either, oh, your dad ain't allowed around, or doing all the extra stuff. So
the messages do be getting to the shooters, but it's like, so I can talk to anybody in the whole entire city. I'm not scared to go in any hood. I just don't stop at the light over there on Morton Avenue by the Ville.
Why
That's
not?
my word. What?
Go ahead.
So the message gets to the shooters. It's just whether they wish to listen to it or not. Because so many of them have an image to uphold.
That's who's delivering the message.
Yeah. So and that's the number one thing is who the message is coming from.
Right.
And it has to be it has to come from someone who has experience in what they're going through.
Absolutely.
You can't come in here and try to solve my problem you've never had like mine. So you've never had one like mine. So here's the thing. They're getting the message. Understanding it is a whole other thing. Processing it properly, whole other thing.
You're not going to stop until you're tired.
Yeah, and you have to have lost so many things. And then once you're in these streets, you can't come back to live in these streets with the same people who you were beefing with.
Good morning, man.
They actually have to move away and have a fresh start. They can't beef with the west side, still live on the east side, and think that they can. The times have changed, and I can just walk around.
So you don't think the mother and the father relationship plays any part in the child behaving that way?
No, not at all. I think the child makes the decision on their own once they think they're an adult. That's how I feel. What's up, King?
Yo, King.
That's how I feel about it. I don't think that my son chose to carry a gun that was not licensed to him. He didn't get that from me because all of my guns are registered and they belong to me legally. So he didn't get that from me. He didn't get it from his father either. But my son out here hanging with certain people, hanging with family members, he felt as though he had to protect himself by all means. When my son opened his mouth and said everything that I'd done after I left my mother's house was my choice, it was never because of my raising. So I don't think that. I've watched people grow up in 2-family homes and their mom and dad put them in the best school systems possible.
But did they talk to the kids?
And talk to him. I'm telling you, I watched him, and he became a shooter. I know for a fact, and he didn't have to.
Why did he become a shooter?
Because it was a decision he made. He found his way around the corner and started hanging out with people of his own peers and doing things like that. I watched him, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, you're one of the people who don't have to be out
Right.
here. Like, your parents brought you your first souped up car.
Right.
Like, you coming off the porch with the cars we try and buy and build.
Right.
So here's the thing. We have to, like, not be afraid of our kids. So why is this only an epidemic in urban communities? We only hear it because we live in urban communities. How about it may be an epidemic in the trailer park too, but we just don't live there, so we don't know. And then,
they don't live here. This is
And
what I'm
so
saying. They don't live here, but their news cameras always come.
So
Listen,
somebody made a great point. When things was it here? Was I here yesterday? Was it here on Monday?
just
Things
make the
that
point.
happen things that happen in the state of Pennsylvania.
Right.
When things happen in Aston, Upper Darby, anywhere, they say Delaware County. But when things happen in Chester, they say Chester. So like it makes us stand out. When things happen in Aston, Marcus Hook, Linwood, anything, it never says that specific area. It says the Delaware County region. But when it happens in Chester, it happens in
But Chester is the only city in Delaware County.
It still doesn't matter. We're in Delaware County.
But it's a name that's synonymous with terror.
Yeah,
Right?
and I
You
totally
look
understand.
up the most dangerous cities in PA.
Things
Chester's
do
on the
happen
list.
in Ridley because Woodland is a part of Ridley. Things do happen in media.
But-
I know
but-
because I live there.
But we're
Things
not
do
worried.
happen in Swarthmore.
So that's where it is. I'm not worried about Ridley or Swarthmore
no,
right
but
now.
he's saying that it's not happening there. It is happening
To-
there.
to us-
but it says Delaware County. It does not say that specific area to let you know that it just happened.
So whose fault is that?
Yeah, I can't
Right.
place blame on one.
But we
specific
know what's
person.
happening in our city.
Yeah,
So-
we know what's happening in our city,
so-
and so do that.
But fuck they. Like seriously, honestly, like, because they've known for so long. They run the jails, they run the court system, they run the POs and everybody. All these systems are ran by them, and we're affected by it. Our
Right.
kids, our education system, everything. Like, and I said it's about relationships, sturdy and strong relationships. Do you have a sturdy and strong relationship with the mother of your children? If you don't, pick up the phone and call her and apologize for the things that you've done. Do you have a sturdy and strong relationship with the father of your children? If you don't, pick up the phone and apologize for the things that you've done. He should forgive you. She should forgive you. And y'all should begin to build a relationship for your child. Show your child how much you love him or her so that they don't do the extraordinary shit. I had guns in my hand. I ain't never shot nobody. You feel me? Like, I did some things in my life that I'm not proud of, but I ain't never shot nobody. I ain't never tried to kill nobody. If I didn't know love, if I didn't know love from my grandma, if I didn't know love from my uncles and my aunts and everybody in my family, damn right I would have killed the motherfucker because I have to eat. Now you got motherfuckers that say, Pete, man, you crazy, right? We remember I said I had kids, I did something stupid, right? But I said that was all a part of that. I was 17 years old. I didn't have one child at the time, but I lied and said I had kids to do what I needed to do. I got kids to feed. And they said, that's why you got all them kids now. But I didn't have none. So even then I was lying. You understand what I'm saying? I was lying. I didn't have a child to feed. Well, she was pregnant at the time, so maybe I was right. But anyway, there's so much that we have to do as a people, right? We have to come together because when you beef with your baby mom, your kids see that. They see turmoil. They see like confusion and obstruction of justice almost to them because you and your baby mom don't get along, so you don't come around as much as you used to. Or you and your baby mom don't get along, so you don't give up no money like you used to. Be involved with your kids. Talk to your sons, man, because
Didn't I send you that as a topic?
what?
Men are privileged.
Women are obligated and men are privileged. Absolutely.
As parents, do you think that that's fair? That's how you change the narrative. Make everybody obligated to be a parent.
But see,
because they are.
so we all have
What?
jobs. We were created by the Most High to do a specific job. As a woman, you are a nurturer. You are supposed to educate the kids. You are supposed to teach the kids. Now in 2021, for us to survive as a couple, to be together, we both have to work. You have to work your job. I have to work my job. It's going to take two incomes. There's not a lot of high-paying jobs that allow a man to go to work, right? Unless he went to college and he has a good head on his shoulder, to go to work and leave you at home to nurture the kids. If it's a woman's job, not natural, through nature, to educate, to nurture, and to give to the children, it's a man's job to provide and protect for the family. Right? Now we switch that up and we say, all right, women now are savages and they do what they want. I can do that job. I can have that job. And now we got confusion. Everybody's fucking confused. The men want to be women. The women want to be men.
I didn't understand none of that.
I bet you didn't. You never do. You never do.
Bro, I really just over like, wait, where's he going with this? Every parent. All right, so here's the thing. How can we change the narrative to here and now? Every parent don't want to be a parent. You can't make them. You're right. You can't make every person who bears a child or helps conceive a child to be a parent. I totally agree with that, Janaya. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Mm-hmm. Yo, cuz.
I totally agree with that. But here's my thing. When do we start to take responsibilities for everything? I'm not forcing anybody to be a parent to a child that I bear. Either you want to or you don't. If you don't, they're going to be great anyway. When I was younger, though, and I get this, as a young mom, I had my first child at 15 and my second one at 18 turning 19. So I get this, right? I totally understand where they're coming from when they say things like, I don't want to be a parent with that particular person. Because I was an angry parent of my 14-year-old child. I can say this. Jania. I'm hoping.
Jania. Jania. But I love y'all anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My name is not spelled how it's said, so I'm sorry. But as a parent, I had to grow, and I had to grow in ways that, Lord Jesus, I had to overlook. Everybody's not going to be the same parent as you are, and I had to understand from where they were coming from, and as to why they couldn't deal with me, because I wanted things done on my time, on my terms. I'm the mom. She lives with me. This is how it's going to go. So, with that being said, when he didn't do what he was supposed to do, I did one or two things. I either did it myself or I snapped out on him next time I seen him. But I still had to do it myself. And all it did was push him further away from her. It did nothing for me because I'm still going to be her mom. Mm-hmm. So, and now I'm an older mother. And now I see things like, oh, okay, I could do it this way. I don't have to get as angry because he can't do it right now. See, women, and this is in a mom situation, want things done instantly. Right. If I ask you to buy a pair of sneakers, I expect for you to be able to go out and do it right now. Because if I had to get it, I would go out and get it right now. However, everybody can't do that. See, we plan almost perfectly as to how the next month is going to go in the previous month. As a parent, as a mom in the house. And then when we fall short, you got an effing dad, and we start pointing the finger. But here I am, a mother of 8 children, 9 counting my nephew's son. And when I say if things need to be done, I try my best to have an understanding of both sides. It's nowhere in the world I can blame him. Even if he didn't want to be there, I'm going to invite you. If you don't show up, I still extended the invitation. But what I won't do is hurt my child by saying I invited him and he didn't come. I don't bash the father in front of the child because guess what? It was my choice to have you by him. So the only person that looks bad in this is me. So as a parent, in order for us to have greater relationships with one another, we have to have understanding that we're not parenting the same. Right. We are not going to be on the same time.
You're going to be on different levels.
So if I raise my son in my house, don't point the finger at me because my son went outside and decided to play with guns because you were over there and didn't care. And I'm sorry, men, and this is to the men solely, you have to have a greater fight for your kids. Just because she's an angry person with you doesn't mean you have to stop being a father to that child. Y'all fight for everything else. Y'all stand in line for them juries. Go out to them courthouses and get y'all part. And I totally understand of not wanting what they consider the white man to be a part of your relationship because they weren't there to help you make this child. But understand this. That white man manufactured them sneakers y'all stand in line for. That white man owns that club you stand in line to get the section for. Fight for your kids like you would fight for this relationship that you in. Understand that your kids need you just as bad.
So the motherfucker said, "What'd you say, Ma?" Yes, I seen a post that said, "I wish I could choose my baby." You did choose him. You chose to let him in between.
Yeah.
It's like everybody always, but they all.
Listen, my choices was effed up. You understand? I was young. I was dumb. All I saw was what I saw.
Right.
You see the exterior of a person. You don't really know who
Right.
they are.
You don't know. You don't know what you're getting yourself
and if you was
into.
like me, I had a baby at 15. He was 23.
Wow.
It was nowhere in the world we were supposed to be having a kid together. But God chose that for me. I love my daughter unconditionally. But her father,
It's different.
I wanted to knock his head off every time. And now I'm older. I just be looking. I said, what the fuck was I thinking? Like when you just see him, I'm like, I knew one day he was going to go bald. I didn't think this all the way through.
What you trying to say about bald head jokers? I'm bald.
I'm just saying. I didn't think it all the way through. How can you get a young man before he 20 to understand to be mature? The same way the women have to get understanding to be mature too. Like before we're 20. And you know them red flags was there, yes.
You can't ask anyone to be mature.
You can't ask someone to be mature.
You have
they
to,
have to grow into it.
and that's.
And I didn't expect it. When I was 15 and he was 23, he was already well into the maturity phase of life. But he became incarcerated before I had my child. And now it's just my child. I had her in the room with my mother. This is my daughter. My. I forgot that she had a parent. So when he came home and he said, I want to see my daughter, I'm like, you're going to have to wait.
Hey.
I put it on my time and terms. But we got to stop doing that. Like, we can't make it about us when it's about them. The only people who suffer is the children. I didn't suffer. My mom gave me to my dad. My dad didn't keep me from my mom. Vice versa. Like, it wasn't that you can't see your fucking kids because I know. And then it was you need to get your kid because I'm going out. No, it was none of that. It was my dad. I'm going over my dad's. I'm going over my mom's. They didn't keep me from each other, or at least for what I can remember. I wasn't mature when I had my daughter at 19. If I didn't have the grandparents, it would have been so hard. I wasn't mature at all. Like, I know I wasn't mature, child. I ran his car right into a wall.
I definitely wasn't mature.
I done destroyed some stuff. I ain't playing. I wasn't mature. I knew I wasn't mature.
And I was 23.
You was 23 with your first child?
My first child.
I was a little bit more mature. I tell people all the time, I didn't become a mother until I was 22 years old. And that's when I was having my fourth child. I already had 3 kids. Like, I popped them joints up like like, I just had kids. Like, that's it. And the crazy part is when I had my kids, like, people used to say smart stuff like she having another baby. And I'm thinking, none of y'all help me take care of my kids. None of y'all are there for me. Like, why are y'all worrying about what I'm doing with my body? But I didn't become a mother. I've been a mom since I was 15, but I didn't become a mother. And that's somebody who was there 24 hours a day, no matter what. I came home, first child, second child, third child. Like, don't get me wrong, they had great family structures. My dad was there. My mom was there.
Right.
My godmom was there. But when I say, like, the rest of them on the outside, what? They had so much to say.
Everybody has something to say.
I beef with my oldest daughter father, but I ain't have beef with my kids' dad. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it was like, all right, you going to do it your way, I'm going to do it mine, but I had to grow into that. And I tell my daughters all the time, well, my daughter, I only have one daughter that has children. And I tell her all the time, let him be a dad. Mm-hmm. Not your way, his way. Mm-hmm. And she's hurting right now because their dad is incarcerated for 25 years for trying to take care of his family. So she stay on my sons. Y'all got kids, y'all gonna be dads because I would love for my their dad to be out here just to be able to pick them up one day. Right. So he'll downplay that. So when you see my son's teeth right now, his sons live down south. But guess what? I mean, his children live down south. His son is here with him. He ain't got to stay down there. And guess what? If he could fly his daughter up here every weekend, he would. But he has her for periods of time. Stop blocking them for being parents because they're not in a relationship with you, number one, or they're not being a parent like you want them to be. They're doing it how they know how. And that's it. Like, that's how we change the narrative, Mr. George.
But I do think that, you know, the parental guidance isn't there for a child. Having a child, and the grandparents have to step up. If a child has a child young, you can't leave a child 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. shit, all the way up to 25 by themselves with a child.
Leave them by themselves because let me tell you what happens, bro. From experience, my grandmother got up and dressed that baby. My grandmother got up and fed that baby. My grandma, guess what I did? Had another one. My aunt got that baby dressed.
Well, if you don't,
my aunt got up and dressed that baby, fed that baby. Guess what I did after that?
What?
Had another one. They made it too easy. Never make it easy for
No,
them.
it's not about being easy. It's definitely not
I
about
used to
being
drop my
easy.
kids off at my aunt's house and be like, go in there and get this to Aunt Diane. And as they walked in, there was her medicine. And guess what I did? Pulled off. And she would call, you motherfucker, you lucky you sent my medicine with me. It was vodka. And then she'd call me after 2 days and say, they need clothes, she need more medicine, things like that. I would leave it on the door so the kids ain't asked to go with me. Understand, I know what type of mom I was.
Right.
I was young. Despite the parents that I had that told me, listen, these are your kids, you got to do this yourself. Somebody made it easy for me, so I had another one. And then another one. And then when I got to that middle child of mine, nobody wanted her. She's bougie. She cries with a nasty wine. Nobody wanted to have this child. Nobody. I'm telling you. And I'm looking like, y'all don't want to babysit my daughter? I don't care. But guess what? They still let my three oldest, like they were my three oldest is my before Christ now.
Right.
My ones that come after them is my after Christ now. I'm now saved from them. And people don't understand when I can speak freely and tell my story about my parents and I know where I went wrong, what I did wrong and everything. Yeah, you're not going to sit here and try to tell and say I was a bad mom because even when they was with you, I provided for them financially. I made sure they still had clean clothes. I made sure you was good too and helped out your household while I was running around doing me. Because men not the only ones that got to do what they got to do to make sure the bills get paid.
So there it is. Men aren't the only ones. And
Right.
women aren't the only ones. But we have to come together as a team. If we want to save our communities, if we want our children, the next generation, because this generation they say is
I
lost.
agree with that, George.
I don't agree that it's lost. I just agree that it's going to take some time for them to wake up and understand. There's some men that I talk to out to the county, right? 23, 24, 25 years old. And I'm trying to get them to understand, like, your decisions then shouldn't be your decisions when you leave out of here.
Right.
You have people here that want to help you. So let me help you, right? Let me help you sign up for EDSI so you get home, you can find a job, and the brother can talk to you, right? They're working with ex-offenders, right? You come home from the county and it's like, all right, man, I did jail. I'm going to go right back out here and hang out on the corner again. And that can't be where you're coming from. That can't continue to be where you're going, right? We have to change. We have to change the way we talk to our children. We have to change the way we talk to our partners. We have to change the way we communicate, period. So I feel like strengthening relationships is important so the mothers and fathers can be in their children's lives so we can accomplish all of our
They
community
gotta
duties.
stop being angry.
And I said duty.
They gotta stop being angry with one another. You wasn't angry when you was making the baby. It wasn't made out of ill will.
It's over the fact that he don't want you anymore. And like I said,
Hold on.
He or
Over
she.
The fact that she don't want
or
you.
he or she. I'm speaking from a man's point of view, right? He don't want you. She don't want you.
Yeah, because I done had a bitter situation like, well, you on your own with the kid. I don't mind being on my own with the kid. I'm not forcing you to be anything, but understand that when this kid becomes whoever he or she is going to become, please don't come and put your name next to the plate that at that time.
It's 11
I
o'clock.
would.
Go ahead.
Listen,
Go ahead. You was what?
I will honestly say, listen, this is your father. This is your relationship. I let my daughter make a lot of decisions when it came. My oldest daughter, he was on child support since she was 3 years old. Dude told me that I was getting stuff from the system. I couldn't even get stuff from the system because my dad wouldn't let me.
Dang.
You running around here letting people telling you I want you to pay child support for whatever reason. My thing was you're gonna pay child support because you don't want to deal with me. And I totally understand now that I'm older. So I walked in that courtroom. They told him he had to pay $986 a month, and for one child. And I didn't even add all the extra stuff that she did in life. You gotta pay this $986 because he owed arrears. And he had to pay current support. But guess what I asked my daughter? How do you feel about me dropping the child support for your dad? She said, you don't have to make him do anything he don't want to do. So you can drop it. And we went out there and dropped and forgave $76,000 in back child support and current support. Plain and simple as that. He never said thank you.
Why would he?
Because he should have. Because he owes me $76,000.
But you forgave it, so he doesn't owe it to you.
No, he should have still been like, no, I'll still pay something. But he never did it.
He definitely
you
should have
did
stepped
nothing.
up.
You did nothing for her for years, and I wouldn't have stopped you for dropping off stuff. His mother was asking like stuff like, well, what does she need? Well, what every child needs. That was my reply because you were a mother, you knew better. So that's it. Okay,
It's 11 o'clock. Hit the cmpradio.net.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Are y'all
Man,
ready?
are y'all ready for this new
Yes,
heat?
Put the voice on, bro. Put the voice on. Go ahead.
Nah, I ain't doing it.
Do it.
I ain't
Where's Tori? Tag Tori, because we about to listen to her single. Put the voice on, bro. Put the voice on.
So we just got this new song from Tori.
There you go.
And she definitely tore it up. I fuck with it.
Oh my God, it's going in my playlist.
And I want y'all to fuck with it, right? She's from the city, right? She's a city native. She split some blood on the streets of Chester, possibly. I don't know this for sure, but I'm saying she has. Tori Richardson, this one's for you. Let's play it and drop all the logos. Hold on, stop. All right, that's just the beginning. You hear it? You hear it? She went to a studio, right? And she got it mastered. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds clear to me. So I want the logo drop. I don't want them to look at us while we listen to this because
It's me for me.
Tori with a new single.
Yes.
Do it. Let's go.
On 2 weeks show.
Sexy caramel skin, standing 6'1" with tattoos all over him. The way he gives it to me keeps me coming back. Ain't no limits to that, and I can't take it. Ain't no faking, no. So ambitious, you got me tripping, and he's so gangsta, hold me down like an anchor. Oh, baby, sit back and let me show you what I can do. Get so close, you rub off all my perfume. Fill me up, baby, with your love, baby. Let it out, baby. Let it out for me. Fill me up, baby, with your love, baby. Come inside, baby. Just let it out for me. Come show me how much you need this. Experiencing all of my secrets. Don't worry about all this leakage. I'm sorry if I leave you speechless. Bury my face in the pillow. You tryna make her a widow. You come again, but you still go. I'm tryna keep up with your tempo. I know you got a lot to prove, but you already made your move. Ain't nothing you need to improve. I just need you to keep it going. Fill me up, baby, with your love, baby. Let it out, baby. Let it out for me.
definitely ain't getting no boyfriend.
Don't dampen my spirits.
Anyway, put that flyer back up with me with my beautiful face smiling.
Don't put him back on the screen.
Put me back
We
on the
about to
screen.
Talk about Tory's song.
We gonna talk about Tory's song because Tory's song will be the highlight song of my show, February 14th
You just gonna steal the
for
song?
Live 365.
Oh my God!
That song gonna play a couple times, probably in the beginning and the end. Listen, I'm all about supporting local artists, right? That's why this radio station is here. So if you're an artist, if you have any work, if you know anybody that has any work, send the work to me, man. I'm not
That
charging
song
you.
got me moist.
Right. I had to put my leg down for a second. I'm like, yo. But listen, yeah. Uncle P's Late Night Mix, man. This Sunday, man, February 14th, we're gonna have a little talk. We're gonna talk a little bit, but mostly it's about the music, right? And the way we vibe, right? So yo, we gonna keep this going, man. Shout out to Tory, man. Listen, keep on doing your thing, sis. Keep on pushing. Anything you drop, bring it up here. You can come up here and you can talk about it.
Oh my
Whatever you
gosh.
want to do, like that's definitely a song. I mean, for a vibe. I'm just thinking of silhouette challenges and people dancing to that situation.
It's the beat.
Maisha, you
I'm doing it.
gotta do the challenge. Nafati, you gotta do the silhouette challenge. Get a red light to Tory's song, man. Make this thing go viral, bro. Let's push the people that we know. Stop pushing the people that we don't know. Stop pushing the people that they want you to push. Push the people that you know on purpose.
Tory, honey.
I'm gonna do a silhouette challenge.
Make sure the neighbors hear your name. Tell them, Tory. She said, legs up, handcuff me. Ooh, Tory. I'm gonna get me a boyfriend. I'm gonna get me a boyfriend.
You lying? You ain't getting.
I'm gonna get me a boyfriend so we can interact off this song.
Definitely. So just for this song.
Just listen, I only need you for the moment, boo. You know, I got a polyandra for Valentine's Day.
So that would definitely be on the app. It's going on the app. I guess as soon as this show is over, I can see Ashley humping her TV to this song. Go Ash.
Tory, baby. Oh my gosh.
That song was amazing, man. I'm proud of you.
Y'all not understanding, honey. I'm a fan of Tory. Sophisticated Melodies is like,
Absolutely.
if I gotta, I be inboxing her and texting her like, can you sing this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Hell no, we don't do it.
I'm doing the silhouette challenge with my bald head in the red.
Listen, Tory, shout out to you. That's amazing. Shout out to Tory Richardson, man. It drops in 2 weeks, I believe she said. Her song drops in 2 weeks on all media platforms, music platforms, I'm sorry. Listen, download that joint, put that in your rotation, because we got it.
Right, we definitely got it. And like I said, it's going on both apps, man. The CMP Radio app and the Live 365 situation, man. Listen, send me your music, man. Send your music up here. This is a radio station, bro. As much as we trying to figure out what we are, whether we're a television network, we're everything. We're all media.
And to get more information on what she got going on, go to Sophisticated Melodies, like her Facebook page. Like, all I'm saying, listen, I'll be like, sing this for me. I know I get on her nerves. I know I get on her nerves, but it's okay. She love me anyway. Like, yes, shout out to Tory for that, honey. She been working. See, everybody ain't just been in my house ordering stuff. Tory been working during the COVID.
She absolutely should be. If you're an artist,
Stalking toilet paper.
who's stalking toilet paper?
Tory, man. I'm like, meet me at the gas station. I got toilet paper. We meet at the A+.
Y'all exchanging toilet paper?
Yeah, you know, when it was scarce on the shelf, you know, if I walk in the store, you're not telling me I can only buy 2. I got 2 other people who gonna buy 2.
Man.
We leaving out with all of this. I got so much daggone toilet paper now. My kids said that they want their mom back because they feel like I'm becoming a hoarder.
I played a hip hop Hebrew song. I'm at King Nickel now.
Oh, I heard that that what y'all call it is canceled.
So
He didn't book his flight. He just put up the itinerary.
he booked his flight. He'll be here. He said he'll be here.
He didn't book that flight.
I'm telling you, he said. I'm telling you what he said to me. So this is what we go off of. We don't go off speculation. We use a person's word, and if he doesn't show up, then his word ain't shit. But until I know personally that his word ain't shit, I'm gonna go by his word. So he said he'll be here. Said he want to have a conversation. It got to be too
He coming
much.
on the morning meeting?
I think ain't nobody coming up here with you. If the mayor's scared of your ass, what makes you think he want to come up here?
scared of me?
Don't nobody want to come up here with
Oh, he
Nafati.
can come in the afternoon.
Don't
Kev,
nobody.
come up here and interview him and let me do the interview again.
Cuz I got a few choice words, but I'm going to mind my business. What you talking about, cuz? Is what true? What happened?
It's what? Oh, that he canceled. That he didn't book his flight. He ain't book his flight.
I
He
think
just put up the itinerary. He ain't push pay.
so. He said he gonna be here. He said he gonna talk to me, but it was canceled due to the fellas not being able to be in the room with each other, and that's what I was trying to. That verse is a waste of time. And I didn't want it to be a waste of time. This is. I was hype about.
Two different rooms.
Huh?
We can do it from 2 different.
We can't do it from 2 different rooms. The audio will only come from one room. We can't do it from 2 different rooms.
Well, how about 2 different?
I don't
want
wanna-
space in 2 different areas of the space.
No, they need to do it together. They face to face. They need to shake hands. Nobody has died over this beef. No yet, and I don't want anybody to. Right? Nobody is hurt. Nobody has lost any money. Like it's just people say things, and then other people say things.
Well, who canceled? Because Maserati brand ain't canceled.
Maserati Rand ain't canceled, so we're gonna end up doing the
Well,
best
he
of
paid for
Maserati
his-
Rand.
if
We
he
trying to
paid
find.
for his flight,
So we're trying to find people to go. It's not about him paying for his flight. He doesn't want to be in the room with Guns, Dollar
That's
Bill,
what I'm
and
saying,
Maserati Rand.
well, Amino Guns and Dollar Bill don't want to be there.
They have to be there. They're a part of it. They put it together.
No, they don't have to be there. I think they all gonna jump me too. So I you know what? Less than a quarter. I'm on your side.
It's not scary.
Times
He's
get rough.
worried about his safety. He said he don't want to be in the room with everybody. So I get
He
it.
ain't scared. He can't be scared. He got goons. They driving from cross country because he got big.
So now you
Rules come.
just going off of extra shit.
That's what he said. He said he driving. He got a party bus. I didn't make that.
Well, why
up.
you show the flights then if he driving?
That's what I'm saying. That's how you know it was a lie. He didn't push pay.
So here
At the end,
here it
tell
is.
him to send us his email.
He ain't canceled either though, but I can't do it if he's not in the room, Drew. So he canceled.
Tell him do it on FaceTime.
Right. I mean, he said, he's like, oh, well, you can do your live. And then so I talked to Maserati and I was like, well, then you do a live, he do a live. And then we put it together, figure out a way to get it together.
Tell him let me interview him.
He doesn't want to sit down with you.
Yes, he does.
Why would he want to sit down with you?
Why wouldn't he want to sit down?
What
He
did you
got
call
something
him?
to say.
What did you call him?
Less than a quarter.
Right. Why would he want to sit down with you? You disrespectful from the rip.
I ain't disrespecting
You
him.
called him less than a quarter. That's not his name.
What's his name?
You know what his name is.
No, I don't.
Oh, all right, then. Nickel 9 is his name.
Less than a quarter.
You can't call him less than a
That
quarter.
is less than a
And
quarter.
call that
He's
respect.
got-
That's not respect.
I didn't know I had to respect him.
So a nickel times 9 is how
gotta earn
much? What's a
respect,
nickel
so come
times
sit
9?
with me.
What's a nickel times 9?
Less than a quarter.
It's 45. So 45,
Oh,
right?
you want to explain what his name means?
I'm
like
not-
people didn't know.
I don't know
Well,
what.
let me find out you on his side. You want to bet?
I'm on everybody's side.
You want to bet?
I want black to win. I don't have.
I want
I
black
don't-
to win too. But
right.
I'm just
I'm not sitting here-
Brand, the blacker person in this equation, the more dark skinned person. You want to bet me on who gonna win the verses?
There is no verses.
We gonna get them together.
Shit, they not
why
coming
you?
together.
Why you?
My dub secured. He coming.
Why? No, I'm just saying. Why he don't want to come sit with me?
He-
He gotta earn his respect.
He
Come
said it
sit
was.
down with me.
It was. Why does he have? Again, why does he have to earn his respect from you?
Not just from me, from everybody.
All right.
If he ain't scared, come sit with me. He ain't scared.
His name is Dookie Dress for me. Y'all shout out. Again, right? It's
He
the
went against the whole city.
He what?
He went against the whole city.
And that.
So come earn your respect by sitting in this good old chair at CMPRadio.net.
What the hell is you doing?
Come see us.
This girl. So he called me. He told me, and I understood it. I understood where he was coming from.
Oh, he called you to tell you he was scared.
No, he didn't say he was scared.
He said he feared for his life.
He didn't say he feared for his
He
life.
didn't wanna be
You want me to
in the
read the
room.
text he sent me?
Well, either he called you or he texted you.
He
Which
texted
one?
me, and then I called him.
So he doesn't. He's going to come to Chester, but he don't want to do the verses because 3 of his.
Not that he don't want to do the verses. He
Or
wants to
in the
do
row.
he wants to do the verses like we do it separately. Listen, he paid for the flyer that came out. He put money into it. He paid for that flyer to get done.
How much did that cost?
I don't know.
I was cash app him back,
Flyers cost $100.
and he paid for it. I send it back.
I mean, he sent it. He sent it right away, right? He sent it right away. Nobody else paid for a flyer. Nobody else made a flyer. Nobody else did anything. Everybody else Because ain't
So
nobody.
what did the text say?
You seen the messages yesterday,
Don't start.
but like I was explaining.
Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
Yo, bro, seen the messages yesterday, but like I was explaining, I want nothing to do with bills or guns. And me and Rand can't be in the same room after disrespecting my daughter. Taking this shit left field out of nowhere. I have my own studio back home. I'm going to do mine there. Whatever DJ I choose, I can pick him up or he can meet me at the studio. If y'all have a backdrop, I'll use them plus my sponsors. We can air from CMP, and I can and you can invite me on besides you and Jay. It's been too much biasness. I even woke up and caught the show. The chicks was disrespecting my name all crazy. So whatever info you can give me, send them my email. I'll be in the city the day before event so we can just talk to bust it up. So I'm not trying to Zoom or talk to no one, to none of them, bro. They said too much.
So he didn't say anything. He just came clean cut. He didn't say anything to make anybody disrespect everything that he has going on. That's what you saying? Soft ass nigga.
Say it again.
He said he didn't say anything to cause anybody to say whatever he finds to be disrespectful.
I mean, he said some shit.
All right, then. I'm never going to respect that nigga. He disrespected my father, period. So guess what? He is less than a quarter. He's less than a man to me, being honest. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to the next topic because you're getting heated for no reason. It's like when
Okay.
Kenny got heated. Like, why y'all getting mad? Like,
It's not about getting mad, but don't be one of those internet gangsters. And then when it's time to sit on the pot, you don't want to do it. Nah, that's weird. He did say he wanted to get in the ring. Like what? I missed that.
he said he wanted to get in the ring with Rand, and then Rand said something, and then it went left. Stop. He said he wanted to get in the ring with Rand when he got here. Spoke on his kids, and he won a rumble. So, I mean, he was talking about getting in the ring when they was out. He was out in Cali. He said, "Oh, afterwards we can get in the ring, we can do a battle, then we can battle in the ring." So, I don't know, man. If it's personal, if it's something that he truly feels though he needs to get out off his chest, whether he'll show up, we'll see. I'll talk to him. And like I said, I get Jay Sutton, the interview Maserati Rand. We do the best of Rand. He got his situation coming up.
Why can't go on Zoom like they do it? Like if they do it versus in two different buildings and they do it, you got two different cameras. They're both live at the same time.
So it's not we don't have the technology to be able to do it the right way. So why would we do it just anyway?
How
to
about
do
you
it.
run a test run to see if it can be done before we say it's canceled? I honestly want to see the versus battle. I want to hear both of their music and.
So I'm not getting paid for this. So I'm not about to do.
I'll give you $5.
I'm not about to jump.
I'll pay
I'm not
$5 to
jumping
get in.
over the broom to.
I'll pay $5 to get in.
No, I'm not doing that.
We charging to get in.
I'm not doing that. I'm honestly not doing that.
Always want to start something and don't finish.
It ain't about finishing. It's
I
about
don't hear
it's about people showing up to do what they say they're gonna do. Just show up and do it, and let the past be the past. He said what he said. You said some things. Everybody's talking, and I said that in the beginning. Everybody talking is gonna end up being canceled. So you saying he ain't coming, less than a quarter. K Hunt getting mad. Maserati Rand feeling some type way, saying what he said. Gunn saying what he said.
But he brought that on himself.
Bill saying what he said. Him saying what he said. Like,
Start with him. Nobody attacked him. He started attacking.
so when
Everybody
we
always want to talk about what happens back, but they never want to talk about why it happened. He started this. He started this years ago.
but we're like children. He started years ago, and nothing has ever happened to anybody because of it. So where does it hold weight? It doesn't hold any weight. No, nothing has happened to anybody. Nobody. Everybody that was talking about it years ago is still here today.
Right.
There are kids out here killing each other because they hear this shit.
So now what happened? What happened to why did it escalate back to where it was years ago? How did
It didn't
go from
escalate back
peaceful-
because people wanted to come together. And I said when we said Nickel Nine and Maserati, I said we need to talk to him. We need to talk to him first. We need to talk to him first. He needs to be talked to first so he understands what he's doing. So he understands. And I don't know his personal business. I don't know because he had some shit with me. Said we was under Jalil Beats umbrella, right? And I'm like, nah, bro, Jalil Beats ain't got nothing to do with CMP. Do I respect Jalil Beats? Absolutely. Do I appreciate him as a businessman and for what he does in the music? Absolutely. But he don't run CMP. So whatever CMP does is because CMP wants to do it. No, I'm definitely sensitive.
Hashtag blame guns.
Hashtag I ain't see it. I didn't see it. So I don't know where it's gonna go. I would like to find another MC to battle Maserati, right? Since nigga won't be here, or maybe we can do it via Zoom. I don't want to do it via Zoom because I don't feel as though that works. I don't want to do it StreamYard because I don't feel as though that works. But we can.
Test run it. That's all.
How can I test run shit with people that ain't here?
Not with them. You test run it to see how it will go.
I need DJs. I need the DJs here. I need every DJ to hook up into. So how we get the DJs to hook up into the system? Then it'll be like, oh, it don't sound right. I can't hear the
It's
music.
a test, bro. A test is to see if it can be successful.
But I already know what it's going to
No, you
sound
don't.
like.
No, you
I already
don't.
know what it's going to
You're
sound like.
saying it.
Oh,
You're
God,
saying it.
bro. You the
He
worst.
is full of stuff.
You the worst.
It's test running. You can do it any day. You can ask, what's their name?
Who?
Over there.
Who?
Over there at the building.
Who?
On by Ashmont Avenue. What's the name? What's their name over there?
Cat Studios?
Yes.
Why we
And
got to do
some-
it
and
if
they
we got
set up
motherfuckers
here,
doing it in
and
separate
we set up
areas?
here.
He might as well do that shit where he could do it in Cali if he want.
Oh, all right, well, then do it that way. Tell him to do a test run from there. And ran.
That's what I said. It got to be face to face enough, and ain't no sense in having it just so people can sit on there and laugh at
He
him.
wanted him to come here so that he could get his $20 from Wood. That's all Drew worried about.
Yeah, he got to get that
Secure his
$20 up.
$20.
He got to get that $20 up.
Now, I mean, I think that the face-to-face, if that's the case, then just have them in the room. And everybody else can just not be here.
I don't think they like each other.
I think Rain is man enough to not get all hostile.
Is Nickel man enough not to say something about his mother
Of
or
course that's
his
the
kids?
point.
Or
Not man enough, because he just blamed everybody else was doing the same exact thing that he did. Like, that's not fair. But it's supposed to be a friendly competition, and you know, it's a city vote on things. And I'm sorry, but I can't sit here and say that everybody who said something wrong or said something mean to him didn't have valid reasons to do so. He starts it all the time. You can't just. They said it. He was walking around for 7 hours on live, 12 hours on live. He coming to Chester, my dub in the bed. I still want to see the battle. I want to see the battle. I absolutely want to see the battle. I give respect where respect is due and earned.
I figured that this would be that respect due and earned situation for both.
Right.
To stand up as a man and to say, yo, I said some things and I'm sorry. And the other party say, I said some things and I'm sorry. And then we move on from that. And we allow the music to speak for itself. But we'll never get to that point because people have beefs that can't be squashed. Dollar Bill felt some type way over what he said. I said, why are you worried about what he said? Did he put his hands on you? Did somebody show up at your house and put their hands on you? No, then fuck what he said. Motherfuckers can talk shit all they fucking want. But everybody don't have that, that ability to take it and be like, all right, man, whatever.
He sent the whole 2-page letter to P.
That wasn't no 2-page letter.
They was talking about my kids. The chicks was on there talking, disrespecting my name.
You was disrespecting his name, though.
No, I wasn't the only one, and I don't care, and I'm going to still disrespect his name. I'm never going to call him
Nickel
whatever that name is.
9. Why not?
Because I don't have to.
Okay.
I don't have to talk to him. He didn't want to come sit in this chair. It's the hot seat.
Definitely want to see the battle. I wanted to see it, so we're looking for artists that want to battle Maserati Ran. We hit up Killer Kev. Killer Kev ain't respond yet, so it's like, who else can we get? Can we get somebody from the new school? Do we really want them to go up against Maserati? So then it just came down to the best of Maserati Ran. We sit here with Jay Sutton. Jay Sutton interviewed him.
If it ain't him to hype it up, I don't think you really can say anybody else with Ran. That's true.
Have T-Bear battle Ran? Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. Half of it be fake news, so why worry about what anybody's saying? I'm gonna go live and ask him to join. So that's where we at, man. Like, no, I don't know right now, so I'm still in text. We're still trying to figure out how we're gonna do it. But at the end of the day, something will happen Wednesday 17th. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll be live.
Who next up on the versus battle?
So I'm trying to get Neek Raw. I gotta reach out to her and talk to her. See
her
what
and TK?
her and TK. It's March. It's National Women's Month. And me personally, this is from my ignorance. I don't know of any other women that have as many tracks as TK, right? I don't know too many women rappers. I'm not talking about.
You right with the Negro.
I
think that's a good.
Mixtape situation. I'm talking about albums.
You
do you have at least 10 songs?
I said collab. I think that's a good.
Right.
But what's that other girl name?
You got Nia Noel. You got B. Sheree. Right. We have women out here, and we're going to highlight all those women because I'm sure they have songs with all these different women. We're going to highlight because it's National Women's Month, right? March is. So, I'm going to highlight all the women, but these are the two women that I feel will have an extensive catalog for songs and can battle and go back and forth with each other. So,
So we already reached out to me?
I'm going to reach out to her today. I was trying to get everything done with that battle before I reached out. You know what I mean? I can't be doing 30,000 things at the same time. But I'm going to reach out to...
I know. You choose to do 30,000 things at the same time. We're not going to say nothing. Nonetheless, I would love
she
to
is
see
the
verses.
worst.
I would love to see the verses. Watch it from the luxuries of my own home. I can deliver.
Right, where there ain't no bullets around you, but you want to put me in a situation where I can get shot.
I mean, I could come with my shells. That's who I thought.
Shells.
That's the name that I know. I could come with my gun. That's fine. I would love to work with
All the female rappers. And that's where it starts, Tori. You sitting there saying, I want to work, right? Hit her up. Do a song. Put a song together, man. There's so many talented people in my city, man. It's sad that we don't work together to get the fuck out of here, man. And I kind of feel like I should start a rap label.
You going to start go ahead, Suge.
I kind of feel like I'm going to start a rap label. I got Suge, right? And I'll show y'all how to make some money.
I don't know. I hope he changes his mind. I hope that they can actually, get it together and actually come together and do this rap versus. It's something that our city definitely contemplates back and forth with who's the better rapper and who has the better songs. And from in conversation, everybody is really good at what they're doing. I had my doubts about one of the rappers and then listen to some of his music, and I'm not in this verse though. I had my doubts of one of the rappers and listen to some of his music and was like, wow, he say some pretty nice stuff. Like, so I would love to see Rand and Less Than a Quarter do that versus and all their music displayed and the best of the best come out on top. And then them shake hands and walk away. I would honestly see that. I would like to see that. I don't think that rap has to be a beef when it's supposed to be about money.
Can we do a GoFundMe so we can help get this plane ticket? Are we going to do a GoFundMe so we can start this fucking rap label? Definitely need that.
He said he paid for his plane ticket. He sent P the itinerary.
He ain't sending me. He posted it. He ain't sending me. He ain't send me no itinerary.
He apparently he's sending P a lot. They got messages.
Look. This ain't no fucking messages.
That is a lot of messages. He write books. That's how he wrote. He sent.
Nah, when I told him it wasn't no sense, I said, I go through a third party app. I can't invite him onto the live. So he was like, why can't you? And he was asking all the questions. I'm like, man, it's cool. You know what I mean? I just get Jay Sutton to interview Maserati Rand, talk to Rand about his career and where he plans on taking it. Shout out to Jay Sutton, man. Jay the Kid,
She
man.
said, now I should have bet somebody. I don't know. But shout out to them, Shout out for Rand. I seen Rand live yesterday, a little bit of it, and he just was saying, it doesn't have to be as big of a beef as he's making it out to be.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
So
it really
shout out to
doesn't.
him. So that lets you know that one side is not really as aggravated as the other side. Like to send that text like that, to me that was whining and telling.
I don't know. That wasn't whining and telling. That was him but I get it. It's so hard. It's so hard to.
It's not hard. I understand.
It's absolutely hard. I get where you're coming from though, right? Because he attacked parts of you. I don't know. I just wanted the brother to come here so we can try to squash the beef, have this conversation.
Well, he lives all the way on the other side of the country, so the beef should have been squashed. It's not like everybody around here is just saying his name in ignorance. He kind of sort of starts this, bro. Nobody starts with him, and then when they come with a reaction, it's a problem.
So this is where I'm at. Most people, when they have a beef, they don't talk about it on Facebook. So you're promoting something when you have a beef and you're talking about it on Facebook. He was promoting listen, it was more anticipated than the last beef, the last battle. You wasn't talking about the last battle on the show. Well, we wasn't even doing the show yet. But we wasn't talking about the last battle. It wasn't a whole bunch of people going live and talking about it. So what he did was he promoted. He's an excellent promoter with the way he goes about doing things, right? It's just that sometimes he says too much, which leads somebody else to say the next thing and then him to feel offended when he was just saying things just to be saying things. And it's like, yo, you didn't need to say that. That didn't need to go there.
All right, so when you got to be like, bro, bro, you got to hit it back, well, bro, you know every action has a reaction and you can't act like a little scared little kid when the reaction comes from multiple people because you've insulted multiple people by the things that you said.
Right.
That should have been your reply from the rip.
Instead
of allowing him to make everybody seem as if everyone's attacking him.
I can't.
You attacked multiple people in one room.
So me sitting there and telling you that it still ain't bringing you here if you have no plans on doing. If you had no plans on doing it, you had no plans on doing it. I'm not about to. I have a radio station that I have to. You have to cook. So there are certain things that you're not going to imply or allow yourself to get involved in because it takes away from the things that you have to do. I can't go left field and be digging up people and bringing people up this. No, you don't want to come, don't come. But I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out how to get you live when I'm trying to get you live in the studio or live at fucking Broadway Bricks. Come through, do the fucking live, say your fucking songs. It's only for a fucking hour. Shake fucking hands and go the fuck home. It's just that simple. For the city of Chester, it's just that simple. And if people don't understand that, then we'll continue to beef. People are beef. He's scared. He's a little motherfucker. He's scared. Like, that don't even fucking matter.
He ain't scared.
A person's personal opinion does not fucking matter.
Well, he's right. A person's personal opinion does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
But it matters to him.
Obviously.
And he is scared.
That's where.
That's what he should just say.
That's where. And that's where he at.
Like I fear for my life. That's it.
He didn't say that.
He should.
He didn't say that.
He should have. All of that he said. He should.
He said a lot, bro. He said an awful hell of a lot, right? And when I was listening to it, I said, "Damn, he said all that shit." And I was hoping Dollar Bill and Amino Guns and Maserati Ram be like, all right, yeah, it's cool. That's how he promotes, and they know him deeper than I do. I don't know him.
You can't say hurtful things and expect to not receive a reply back though. Say you scared. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I didn't hear what he said. I didn't hear how it started. I heard he talked about T-Kane. I heard he talked about Ran and Ran kids. I heard he talked about, like, you started this. And then when somebody puts your whole situation out on display, you have an issue with it. You can't play the victim after you've already been the attacker. That's not cool. I think I just quoted T.I. I did.
Yeah, you definitely did.
I just did that. I'm sorry. I can't take it back, though, because it's the truth.
I would love to sit him down and talk to him and get him to squash the beef. I would love to be able to get that moment in history for Chester hip hop out. But
you can get away with it. Yeah, like, that's wrong.
I can't.
That was proven with Gucci Mane and Jeezy. When Gucci Mane said that about Jeezy, homie, like, they like, ho. Like, you really had to, like, cut them down the middle. Like, you can't do that, man. Like, you coming on here bringing up stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the right now. So, like, I don't know. Talking about people, girls calling them whores and everything. He running around here doing that. You live all the way in another state somewhere. Ain't nobody over here worrying about you till you open your mouth and here you go playing the victim. You playing the victim. And it ain't like they sitting back talking on the phone and all of that other stuff. And then I done told you all my personal secrets. You done told me all yours and now I'm using it against them. No. She said I watched every live. I seen everything. I ain't watch it. I only called Ran and T-Kane and it made me, like, it pieced together a lot of stuff from all day on social media. But I ain't watch it. You're the reporter, Ma.
Ma, you ain't no reporter. You bullshitting.
I don't know. I would like to see them do the verses in any way they could possibly do it. I can't say we can guarantee. We can hire him security. I pay for it.
I don't even think.
I pay an off-duty cop to escort him.
I don't think he wants security.
He just don't want to do it. I mean, if you think you're going to lose, that mean like how Ashanti kept pushing the date. If you think you're going to lose, then say you think you're going to lose. It's not worth your effort. That's all. That's it. I don't know how we got on them and still not talking about Tory song, but
We was talking about Tory's song, and
And it led to the
then
verses.
then somebody said something about the verses on, and then you just took it and asked the question, and I told you.
well, I asked you why he don't want to sit with me.
Well, why would he
Say
want?
I disrespected
Because you
them.
disrespectful.
And
There it is. That's why don't nobody want to sit with you.
see, there you go. Now don't nobody want to sit with me. Now don't nobody want to sit with me.
Don't nobody that has ever done anything wrong to anyone else want to sit with you because you're going to hold them accountable. And that's why I love you so much. That's why you're here. That's why you're a part of the family. That's why you're the mom of the
Now
station.
I'm going to say don't nobody want to sit with me. Just make me feel all bad.
You already know don't nobody want to sit with you. Except for the people that you sit there and you already behind. If you ain't behind them, they ain't fucking with you. When they ain't know if you was behind them, they wouldn't sit with you for 1 fucking second. As soon as you come out, you say, yeah, I'm fucking with it. Fuck. Oh, yeah, I love the interview with you now, Fatigue, because you don't hold no punches. Fuck out of here. By trying to hear that shit. You was scared to death of her. Ain't
Who
want
was
no
scared
smoke.
of me?
Everybody,
Nobody was scared of me.
everybody over there was
That-
scared
no,
of you.
nobody was scared of me. That it wasn't a soul.
We had a sponsor and lost it in 10 seconds. As soon as you said something during the fucking Razor-thon, they calling me on the fucking phone talking about,
That's not why you lost it. They used you. Don't do that.
they ain't used me. What they
Yes,
get?
did.
Hold on,
They
stop.
used you.
What did they get?
They used
What did they
you
get?
and told you we wasn't allowed to talk about the stormwater, the water.
And did we talk about it?
No, we didn't. We didn't.
No,
Let's
she
be
is
clear.
corny, bro.
Let's be clear.
That she is corny, bro. When
And
have I
you
ever
was
told
so
you that you
angry.
couldn't talk about something and you
Bro,
didn't talk about it?
Bro, you told me I couldn't talk about the water authority being sold. I talked about it on my own live. That's full.
I never told you couldn't talk
Yes,
about
you did.
Okay. All right.
And I ain't say nothing wrong. All I said was don't be one of those people who's acting like you playing with you taking care of your family members and you not, because they don't go for that over there. So when they picked up the phone to call, they called because they wasn't mad. They just was trying to check a situation and nothing was said wrong. Like we can go back and watch that live. Let's be clear.
That was
I
the
told you.
Razor-thon.
Yeah, and it was alive.
Yeah,
We was live.
we were talking about
That
the
morning.
business, and you was like, you could stay at home and not watch the kids and not watch the family and still get a check. Well, this ain't them.
That's
That
not-
ain't what they do.
that
And
ain't
you
what
said
they
that.
do.
And you said that.
Yeah, so for them to take it out of the way.
So
that's
y'all
it.
not going to pin it. Pin what? What we got pin?
Then what?
Huh?
No, we not.
You said what?
Pin Maisha's OnlyFans page.
We not pinning my show OnlyFans.
Yeah, but
Dante,
nah.
shut up.
They ain't scared of me.
And they scared to death of you. That was the worst fucking thing that could ever fucking happen. Was you being up here when they noticed that you stopped coming through here? It was like, oh yeah, we good. They ain't doing that morning meeting show no more. All right.
Sneaky with it, boo. They got real sneaky for that whole 365 days. They got real sneaky. Soon as the morning meeting stopped, yeah, that's all we do. That's it. No, but as soon as the morning meeting stopped, the whole city council did what they wanted to do. All of them. Every representative of Chester did exactly what they wanted to do. It wasn't nobody hold them accountable. Wasn't nobody in their face asking, well, why did this happen? None of that happened. As soon as that stopped, boy, they quiet as a mouse now.
They're like,
ain't
oh
doing
shit,
too-
they back
ain't
up.
doing too much now.
And they don't want no smoke.
They gonna get it. They catching all of it all summer. All right.
Especially after he called me out.
Who called you out?
Somebody
Dad?
who shall remain nameless.
Dad called you out?
Then he talked about me cussing on the live.
Dad talked about you cursing?
Yeah.
Why he talk about you cursing?
I don't know. I always curse. Fuck, shit, ass, bitch. Like I always curse. That's what I do.
So why he talk about it? He don't curse?
I guess he shows restraint when in front of children. So Nasir had his son on the live. And I just said I was upset that the city was where it was. I wasn't blaming the administration. I said this been going on. And from the very first,
Nasir?
so Nasir Young, Captain Nasir Young, he's part of the Chestorians.
Okay.
From the very first time we opened this radio station, what I said was like 70 years of this city falling apart, right? Correct?
Pretty much.
I ain't blaming the administration.
Right.
I said 70 years. I said we have to fix it. We have to be accountable and transparent. That's what we need from our leaders.
We
So
need better leaders.
But I've never said that. Now we can sit there and agree that yes, we need better leaders. We need people that are willing to be of the people and for the people, right? We need people from the people
We need younger people.
to lead the people.
We need younger people. We need a younger mayor who's more in tune with his community. We need a younger city council board who's more in tune and eager to learn and listen. These people are already seasoned. That's already sitting there. We just need a younger board. And I think you have to be like a certain age before you can run anyway.
Right.
But we still need, like, they need to be training people to come in to take their positions.
But if they're training people, they're
Dante
training.
back with 'em.
They're training. They're training people to do the same thing all over again.
They're training people that they know to do the same thing. And I don't know. You gotta go in with a mindset like, all right, you got me here, but I'm not doing it your way.
Right.
That's how I gotta be. Like, train me to know the books the right way, so that when it's my turn, I can actually.
But if I keep you on my shoulder for 10, 20 years and you don't do anything, and then I tell you, all right, now is your time to run, you're going to do it exactly the way I did it. You don't have any. You don't know who you are anymore because you've watched
No,
me.
I don't think that's true, bro. Because when you got some children that grow up under their parents, and then their business is passed down, and the mom or the dad will try to intervene, and what they will say is, your way didn't work. My way is going to be more effective, and I'm doing it for the right reasons, not the wrong.
But if you have a parent that passed down a business that worked, then he can come in and say, you know what I'm saying? This is how it works. You want to be rich? You don't have to give a rat's ass about the people.
People can read, though.
You move for the business.
They can read that you're doing it wrong, so they want to do it their way. They just want you to help them do it. I don't know. I think that we definitely need a new. It's about to block me from CMP Radio. We definitely need a new city council panel. Will Morgan is the youngest person there, and he came in, with a clear mind, and he realized that once he sat in that seat, he had to agree with them just as much as he needed them to agree with him. I think that's how it goes with all of politics. I gotta agree with the wrong in order for me to get even a fraction of the good in. So, and that's honestly how you gotta see it. I don't know.
So you're playing their game.
You gotta play their game.
No.
Everybody can't win every week. So it gotta take turns.
So what did we just with?
I need the park revitalized down on my street.
What did we just
I got
witness?
to agree with 4 other people
With Donald Trump. What? That you don't have to agree with them. All you need is the people to vote you in. Then you move accordingly for the people. Donald Trump proved that. He wasn't a politician. He wasn't seasoned in the game of politics. He was a businessman who intrigued a lot of people. He ended up winning. And yes, he's the president. It's a different position. But even in that, he did it his way. He banned flights. He banned trips. He wasn't trying to hear shit they were saying about the COVID situation. He destroyed a lot of shit, but he didn't destroy
the whole country.
He didn't destroy this country because they about to give us 1.9 trillion or 900. They about to give us more money.
He didn't destroy us financially, but morally he destroyed us, bro. Like, he really put a blanket over top of us. Well, let me rephrase that. He pulled the blanket from over top of. I take the cordialness over the ignorance that was displayed in this last 4 years.
Brother, that ignorance been here.
Them people that put him in these places was hiding in the woods for a long time.
Nah, they were there. See, it's one thing to walk through the woods and be all happy.
In the markets, though.
But it was cool.
Bro, I never want to walk in some place and feel uncomfortable.
Bro, then you ain't really been feeling the people that's been around for years. They've been here. They ain't just pop up. These people ain't just pop up. They ain't just coming out. Right? They just coming out because of their support for Donald Trump. But they've been here.
Never do it his way again. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, that right there, that's a horrible thing.
But you needed that.
They realized that they lost people too.
Who?
They lost people to COVID while we was losing people to racism. Like, they realized, like, that COVID tore their communities up. Their families felt it worse than we did.
Who? Shit, Chester Lee and COVID in Delaware County. Deaths and that's how that's what they were saying.
Man, listen, all I know is I never want to do it the Trump way ever again. That was the worst way we could have went. I want people to understand that money don't run everything. I mean, it gets us to a point, but it don't run everything. That man, you can't run this country like he run his business. He just will get up there and say anything he want to say. So, I don't know.
So with Delaware County, we have 38,616 cases and 1,213 deaths. Right. I was trying to pull up the Chester numbers, but Howard Breakstown. Yeah, I can't get them. Delaware County. 570. So the numbers always change. And that's one thing. But Donald Trump is who Donald Trump is. And he didn't awaken anybody. He just allowed them to come out and say, I have a president that agrees with how I feel. My country understands why I don't like black people or why I don't like Mexicans or why I don't like Puerto Ricans, right? My country understands this because my leader is here. This is the first leader that was outward with this shit. God damn.
That was January numbers. This is worldwide. So in January, the amount of people who died from COVID was 1,786,837. Globally, how many people tested positive in January was 81,908,887.
That'd be the one thing I think your daughter's scared of, Miss Rose, is to run for office.
My mom's name is Roz.
I see Rose.
It's Roz.
It's Roz.
It's Rosalind.
It's Rosalind.
Yeah, she had to take down her old Facebook page so she couldn't put Roz back up there, but her name is spelled with an E, so she put that up.
She don't want no smoke. I thought for sure she would run for some political office. She don't want no smoke. Lakeisha. Replying to Dante.
My classmate.
Everybody know you got the energy.
I don't have no energy for that.
But I ain't got time for that shit. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, say it.
I don't got time for that stuff.
You don't, cause you don't what?
I didn't know.
Exactly.
Pennsylvania.
She's scared. She definitely scared.
627,526 cases.
Scared money don't make no money, bro.
I ain't scared.
Then what is it then?
Scared. I make money. I make money my way.
So why don't you run right now?
Yes. Boom. There it is. There I go.
Okay. And anyway, she's so full of shit.
Good morning.
All this yelling and fussing and stuff. That's why we argue so much.
Listen, no, in all honesty, to take that seat means you have to change in a way. And no one knows until they sit in that seat. You got to answer to a whole lot of people.
You don't.
And yes,
you don't have to. This is how I believe.
And they don't give you respect.
Yes, they will.
I watch.
You watch somebody else do it and fail. Whoever's been doing it for the past 70 years has been failing us as people. From the school board all the way up to the city council, they fail. And they fail because they get in there and they worry about themselves. That's not what you're going to do. You're going to get in there and worry about us. So how can you fail?
So here's the thing. I just said it. When you become a political person, you have to be in agreement with things that aren't always right. No matter what team, I might not think that a playground should be put somewhere and that they feel.
Then you vote on. You don't agree.
And I vote no. I would have to vote yes.
Why?
In order for me to get more book money for the kids in the school district. So it changes you once you're in the inside. They don't find it important. They voted to have curtains put over Chester High opposed to having books put over Chester High. So like it's just different things like that. You can't. It's no way in the world you can say. Now, you can do it from the outside. You do it from the outside in your way and not sit in that seat. That means that you're doing it from the heart. But once you start collecting the check, you gotta listen. You got to listen to what they're saying. All those politicians came in with a great heart and an open mind. Once they collected the check, their open mind went out the window and everything. That's the thing.
So you're talking about. So you're saying you're going to be exactly like the last person.
It's not exactly like the last person.
So you're going to be new.
That's what they'll say. This administration not doing nothing more than the last administration didn't do. That's it. That's how everyone sees it.
So you show and prove that you're doing more.
It's no way to prove it.
How?
Because I still got to agree with the council members
you don't.
that's there.
You
yes,
don't.
You do.
You don't.
How?
You don't.
Bro, that's every politician.
This does not move.
They have to agree with a wrong politician.
No, you don't.
All them people that's getting ready to run for the next election all coming in with the same open mind and big heart. They all want what's best for Chester. They all want this, they all want that. But then there's somebody else behind the scenes that say, we can't give y'all that.
Who's saying it? Who's saying it?
The county. They got to come in and say,
The county right now, I ain't even going to talk about what the county trying to do. But we need a mayor. We need people on the county council, on the city council, and the school board that understands the fight that we're fighting. We don't need people that explain that they or try to say that they understand it. We need people that are affected by it.
No, is this here?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
What's the email?
info@cmpradio.net. So there's so much that we can do, but we have to want to do it. There's so many people that we can put in office and people we can run for. People can run for it, but people have to believe that they can change it. If you don't think that you can change it, then it'll never get changed. It'll never work. Oh, that'll never work. It'll never fucking happen. You have to believe it can happen for the shit to fucking happen. And yes, I cussed twice.
Because some things need emphasis. But I'm just saying, Napa T. Williams, when you're elected, don't let bro reach your acceptance speech, please.
Listen, I can read, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear that
We
shit.
need a mayor for the NCL. What's the NCL? National what? Negro what?
Yeah.
Like, what's the NCL, Drew? The mayor seat is about to come up in 2 years. What's that? 2024. His seat will be available. Someone should be groomed to be running now. Because
That's
I
you.
believe he's going to. First of all, it's not.
Why not?
I believe he may run again because he has enough people to back him. The city council seats are now available. You should have been groomed for that last year. The problem is people just want to jump into it.
Who should have been groomed for it last year? I'm a felon.
Boy, shut up.
I'm a felon. Two
That don't stop
times.
you.
Two
That don't
times.
stop
Two
you.
times. 2 times.
You need the same folk with your mindset to be running for those other seats to make change happen. That is
Right.
true, Lakeisha. But also, you need the people with the same mindset, the same goals, the same everything to run for those seats. But here's the thing: with running for those seats, you have to have understanding that you got to leave this city meeting and go to another meeting to find out what the county can give us, our city. So again, there's your block right there. No, I'm not going to give you more playgrounds for safer, drug-free zones.
So guess what? Guess what's going on right now? Guess what Donald. So I believe this.
What the is doing?
With the election of Barack Obama, it awoken people that didn't want a black president speaking for them. So you got Donald Trump. Donald Trump being elected shows just how crazy and backwards this country is. Delaware County was under Republican control for 150 years. Since the Civil War was over, it's been Republican controlled. Just recently, 4 years ago, became Democratic, or 3 years, however long ago, became Democratic controlled, right? The DA, Republican, now is Democrat, right? So if you're a Democrat and if you're for the city changing, then you should be for the city changing. The school district, the funding that doesn't come in, everything is moving towards us stepping up. But if we don't step up and we don't put our best people up to fight, we're going to lose again because the white people just going to step into the spot. Oh, I'll do it. So why can't you run? Because there's no, what? What you just? You ain't no fucking felon. See the shit I be talking about? She be lying, bro. We need our own seats and table. But listen, if it costs too much to build our own table and our own seats, man, we take them. We take the current table and the current seats.
So here's the thing, as a parent.
I don't know enough about politics to run. I don't want to run. I'll sit and I'll support, but I ain't running.
Here's the thing about parents of Chester, Upland, right? We honestly don't need them for anything. And this is the truth. We don't need them, right? And why do we rely so much on them? It's crazy. We don't need them for nothing. They pay our teachers to be here. We can provide the books. A parent will say they cannot pay $18 to $56 for a textbook because they feel as though it's the school's responsibility to supply it. And I don't think that. I think it's your responsibility to supply it. Find out where they got the book from and get it.
So when your kids go to college, they got to buy their own books.
They got to buy their own
So
books.
throughout education, throughout the year,
You
from
buy
kindergarten to fucking when you finish college, you buy your own fucking
Yes.
books. Right.
And I have ordered.
That's your book.
the
You
same
can take it
book.
home
You're
and you
not
can sell it
gonna
back to the
tell me I
store.
gotta pay you back $100 for a book that I can order off of Amazon for $18. Like, be responsible enough to say, I don't need them. Outside of my house, in the front of my house, is safe. Nobody's hanging out front. Nobody's drinking and drugging out front. None of that. Why? Because I'm not allowing it. Be that person. Then you don't have to go to the city council meeting and say them same group of boys been hanging on the corner for the last 3-4 weeks. And I done asked them to move once and I done called the cop. Throw some goddamn water out there. My grandmom didn't play. You not standing in front of her house being disrespectful. I don't care if I own it or not. Be responsible for your own. And then you don't have to rely on someone else to make decisions for you. Plain and simple as that. You can't hang out in front of my house because I never walked past you and ignored you. Why are you here? What are you here for? Why are you still standing out here? It's an hour later. Take your ass home. Call the cops on them then. Do your part and you won't have to worry about if they doing their part or not. That's it. We rely on people we don't necessarily need. Yes, I believe that the governorship is needed in some point. But right here in this city, it's not needed. To say somebody else needs to run for mayor, no. How about we X them out and see how it goes without them? And just have a mediator between us and the county. I know we can't do that.
We can't bring people together.
We can't rely on them either.
We can't bring people together because everybody has a beef with somebody over something that's petty.
I don't ask them for nothing. I don't go over there and request them or require anything for them at all. It's no way in the world you sit here and say you need them for something that you can possibly do yourself. What?
What is the NCO, bro? Man, now for mayor.
Newchester office.
The Newchester operations.
Officials. I don't know. I just say don't give them as much credit. I don't want to fight for somebody who don't want to fight for themselves. If you call me and say these girls trying to jump me, you gotta take the first punch. Because I'm tired of taking the first punch.
Look at her finger.
Like
Ouch. What?
You got want to win your own fight first. Yes, you got help to back you, but you at least got to be the first person there to take the first one.
Newchester order. I think that's how it's established. You establish a group underneath of the group that has power right now. The group that really has power. The group that has power in the community, and you do good things.
Who got power in the community?
Well, a Newchester order. If we establish that group, then they can have power in the community. Chestorians, they can have power in the community. Right, the people of the community working for the best results for the community, asking the questions, bringing people in, talking to people, talking to the senators, talking to the whoever's out there and saying, listen, this is what Chester needs, and we're willing to work with whoever to bring those things here.
Right.
Then guess what happens when it's time to vote? That person pops up. Oh, bang! They're already in that position. I don't. That's the way it works. Without that, you're not going to win anything. If we don't have 12 people ready to assume those positions.
How many city council seats we got?
5. How many altogether?
No, coming up.
2.
2 are available this year.
Yep.
And then 2 are available next year.
3.
3 are
The mayor in 2 years. So 2022. Yeah, 2022.
I think so a city council seat is 2 years, right? Or is it 4 years?
It's 4 years.
It's 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need 2 people to be in the seats on this run right here.
Yep.
For 2022.
Then you need 2 people in the mayor.
On 2024.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to find people that we find suitable for the seats, and then push them as hard as we can.
But we already got.
In my honest opinion, Akeem, EU, and Adora should have won, but it wasn't enough push for them to win.
Because they were Republican.
It wasn't because they were Republican. It was because they didn't have enough support behind them. It wasn't because they was Republican.
So black people.
It wasn't enough literature out.
Trump was out. They were running. They were out here. They were up here at the radio. I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican.
I didn't support Trump. I don't support anything he stands for.
But
they didn't support Trump.
So that's the rhetoric that we believe, right? That all Republicans support Trump.
That's not true.
Huh? That's the rhetoric that they believe. When you go out to the white area, you see a Trump sign, you know they're Republican. They ain't Democrat. Putting no Trump sign up.
No, Democrats had Trump signs up. They changed their ballot. They changed their party. That's
I don't know. They vote in secrecy, so I don't know what they're doing.
It's not a secret.
I'm not going to sit there and say.
Man, he voted for everybody Republican on the list, even Trump. I was mad. I helped him in his seat. I was so upset. I looked down at his ballot. I said, "This nigga just checked off." After I helped him sit down,
You said
work for women.
Right.
So they all no, and that, you know what's crazy? Because guess what?
so. That's
I got a
racism,
picture
sexism.
I got a picture of his ballot because I'm way losing. I had to help him back up. He voted for everybody Republican and then voted for Brian Kirkland. He did not want to vote for a woman. She is absolutely right. He voted for everybody that was a Republican on the ticket. Trump, the man who ran against Scanlon, the man who ran over here, and then voted for Brian Kirkland. He did not put a woman on there.
Cause he know y'all women is crazy.
Hey, listen, it's not about women being crazy. Hold on.
Y'all crazy.
No, he just was one of those men who didn't think women should be empowered.
I feel like at this point where we are right now with the equality situation, women definitely need to be empowered. Women definitely need a woman president. You need let the women run it for a minute and see how everything works out. Don't call me for nothing. Go ahead and run it. You can handle it. Go ahead and handle it. Oh my God, we got a war.
We ain't got no war.
You think you gonna go to one of these foreign countries and they gonna respect a woman president?
You said let the women run it though.
Right.
So that means they got to change their policies too.
Who in foreign countries got to change their policies to fit ours?
Yeah.
No, they don't do that.
That means that women should run it all over the world.
No, that ain't gonna
England
happen.
has a woman, right?
England has a queen and a prime minister that's a man, and he's a nincompoop. That bull's a fool. It's gonna take us women to change the world. Well,
I agree with that too.
well then change this community. If it's gonna take the women to change the world, then change this community. Change the community, and I guarantee you, I'll be right there by your side. I'll knock down whatever doors or walls you need me to. There's enough of us.
The women, so I can honestly say
The men fault. Thank you. Women
Men
don't need to be
like-
empowered. Too
and the-
emotional.
you know what, Dante?
Yeah.
I liked you.
That's not all women. That's not all women, Dante. I can honestly sit here and say I've had some conversations with some evenly killed and made women that understand power and are looking forward to running in the next couple of years. So
Women deserve a chance just like men do. I do believe that we become emotional because our body becomes unstable, but women have learned to deal with that. Where to look and walk with it too. They have.
anybody trying that?
Oh,
Anyway. It's CMPRadio.net, man. It's Uncle P. It's Miss Info. We want to thank y'all for tuning in and watching us this Wednesday. I know you had a lot of things to do. You done burned your pancakes. You done left your kid, and he all on Zoom. You ain't fed him. It's 12 o'clock. Go feed your kids. Go talk to your kids. And think about the ways that you can help us change our community. Right?
that is the truth, Dante. Men are becoming more emotional than women.
And that's because they raised by women. The men aren't around. Men, step up. Come back into your child's life. That part, bunch of bitches. Bunch of bitches.
We're gonna get more into men becoming a part of the household again, and women not being. Yes, mother, I will call you. I saw that you called the other phone, but I left it home on the charger. Go beat your kids' asses.
Go beat your kids' asses. Go talk to your sons. Go talk to your daughters. Just don't beat them. Put the fear of God in your children. That's another thing. I was scared to death of my dad.
Put the fear of you in your
No, the
children.
fear of God. I was praying to God. Please, God, get my dad. Get my dad. He's killing me.
Yeah, and so that they can pray. They'll learn to pray to God.
I ain't want
can't
no
be
smoke.
scared of me. I told you, a little girl said to my daughter, "You just gonna let your mom hit you like that?" Because if that was my mom, I said, "Sweetheart, pack your stuff. You gotta go." She ain't never been back. I wish I'd have beat the crap out of that little girl.
I found a red stone when I was younger. It looked like it was worth something, and I gave it to my dad. And I never heard anything about it. I never seen it again. And then they went and bought that big ass house on. So I always think about that. It's like, oh, motherfucker, you made some money off that stone and they ain't break me off. And that's the thing. Back then, your parents didn't tell you when they got money. They didn't tell you everything that was going on with it. Listen, nigga, you're living in this house. You're good.
What's your inspirational quote for today, John?
My inspirational quote for today. Damn, I ain't even think about that, Joy. Thanks for the stars, Dante.
And you ain't give us no
Word of the day.
trying to send us out here ignorant today, y'all.
I ain't trying to send you out here ignorant today. Y'all keep talking about my reading skills. You know, I got a third grade education. I don't have all that. But I get it for the day. I am improving every day. This is February 10th, 2021. Fear can keep you trapped in the patterns that cause the hurt. Healing will require your effort to move closer to your happiness. All you need to begin is the awareness of wanting more for yourself. Be patient as you build your courage to start the process to journey there. You will eventually learn how to truly release the old beliefs that hold you back, and welcome the new and improved mindset to your thriving. You deserve better. I'm improving every day. That's Commanding Life. That's on IG. And the word of the day. They get mad at my word of the day. I don't know why. I need a new. Oh, here we go. I gotta hear this word. I can't hear the word. Oh.
Caveat.
There it is. You see that? You see that? You see the word? That's not the good enough word. You need a bigger word than that.
What is a caveat?
A caveat. You are a warning in joining one from a certain acts or practices. An explanation to prevent misinterpretation. A caveat. Hooked on Finance didn't work for Gene.
Obviously it didn't. If that say Jean and you said Gene. I'm going to see y'all on Friday when Kenny is back and Wub is back. Because Pierre he said his own name wrong.
Gene. That's how y'all read
it.
That's how y'all read it in English. Gene.
Bro, you just said your own name wrong though.
That's how she said it. She wasn't saying it like Jean. You said what? What you looking for? What came off my mic?
So we'll see you guys on Friday. Tune in for the Friday's letter with periods and commas.
And exclamation points.
And exclamation points.
And all that good stuff that allows you to know when you pause after you're reading something.
We'll have Mr. Ruffle Your Feathers back in the building. He has some work to do.
Wubba Dub.
Out of state. Wub will be back. Wub been babysitting. Y'all need a babysitter, call Wub.
Please call Wub.
And don't call Wub after your kids get there because she blocks you. That's why DJ ain't going. Period. But tune in on Friday for the morning meeting. Same time, same place, 10 a.m. to 12. You know.
Be safe.
Can we get Tori's song on the way out, Sonny?
You want Tori's song on the way out?
Yes, I'm going to get me a boyfriend.
She's going to get a boyfriend just for this song.
Yes.
I ain't even going to ask. I don't need no...
Sexy caramel skin, standing 6'1" with tattoos all over him. The way he gives it to me keeps me coming back. Ain't no limits to that, and I can't take it. Ain't no faking, no. So ambitious, you got me tripping, and he's so gangsta, hold me down like an anchor. Oh, baby, sit back and let me show you what I can do. Get so close, you rub off all my perfume. Fill me up, baby, with your love, baby. Let it out, baby. Let it out for me. Fill me up, baby, with your love, baby. Come inside, baby. Just let it out for me. Come show me how much you need this. Experiencing all of my secrets. Don't worry about all this leakage. I'm sorry if I leave you speechless. Bury my face in the pillow. You tryna make her a widow. You come again, but you still go. I'm tryna keep up with your tempo.